2014 and 2015 tonight. I want to first off start out by saying thank you everybody for the warm wishes on the birthday, as well as the donations. You guys have been great. Thank you guys for supporting it. And with that support, it's going to come newer, better content. Tonight we'll go through, like I said, 14 and 15. Going to do some invites on those. Maybe knock out. I got an events game that I just queued up, and then we got busy doing some troubleshooting. But first tonight, I've got a special guest. He is the one and only Whammy on the arcade platform. I am not sure what he's playing on the mobile platform, but he's the only qualifier for World Championships on both. So I want to hear some of his thoughts on which one is more of a grind, which one he likes, what his thoughts of World Championship is going to be, and how he's going to think he's going to fare on either one of them. So with no further ado, we will cut in here, and we'll bring Tony in as well. Hang on one second, Tony. We're not quite there yet. We'll be pulling you in 1 second. And let's see here. All right, perfect. There we go. Now we got him. So, welcome to the Word of Mouth, Tony. Love having you here. Thanks for taking time out of your day. I know you're laid up a little bit still. We were talking about that with the Achilles injury. But apparently that gave you a lot of time to start playing Golden Tee Mobile and getting pretty good at it. So let's hear, I want to hear some of your thoughts about the differences between the two, how you think you're going to fare between the two at a World Championship when we do have it.
Wow, there's a lot there. So, yes, I'm laid up. I ruptured my Achilles right at the beginning of all this. And I'm not sure, like, I can't say for sure one way or the other if I hadn't ruptured my Achilles whether I would have taken back up mobile or not. I played a lot early on. It got released at the end of October, early November last year. I played a lot for the first month. And then I kind of got bored with it. I just wasn't really ready to grind it and spend money. And you hear that a lot, like, I've gotten pretty good, but I haven't spent any money. And so I kind of, right after the Austin tournament, the Austin arcade tournament last year, I kind of stopped playing. And then I think I was texting with Van Hoosier and Sparks, and we were talking about mobile, and they're like, "Didn't you play it?" I was like, "Yeah, but I kind of gave it up." And so I was like, we started talking about it. I was like, "You guys are going to make me play this again, aren't you?" And it was right after I had qualified for Worlds on arcade, home edition, right behind me, right over here. And so I had just qualified. It was right after I had ruptured my Achilles. I had just had surgery, and I was like, all right, I'm going to play the mobile. And it was probably like week 2 of the Worlds qualifier. So I'm like, okay, that sounds fun. I'll try to qualify for that as well. And so I started grinding on it, and week 4, I qualified for Worlds. As for the differences, I mean, the courses are the same.
Yep,
right?
Exactly the same.
Golden Tee Mobile is using the same courses that have been used for Golden Tee Arcade for years. Generally pretty new courses. I think they've used mostly like 2015 and newer.
Yep.
I think even the new courses that they're talking about releasing relatively soon are also newer than that. But the gameplay itself, the gameplay itself is pretty different. I'm getting an echo here, guys, but
okay.
Richard, I'm hearing your music.
Yeah, we both are. But okay, so we got the courses. They're all pretty new.
Yep.
What did he turn on? But so,
So anyway,
there we
I'll
go.
try to talk. Oh, there it is. That's better. All right. So anyway, um, the gameplay itself very different. And actually, the first couple weeks where I was kind of ramping up on Golden Tee Mobile and still playing a little bit of Golden Tee Arcade, it's a tough transition. And so, to
Lost
your
audio,
question
Richard,
about how's World's going to
from
go.
Tony.
Oh, I can hear. Oh, I can hear you.
Got nothing from Tony. Hang on one second, Tony. Can't hear you right now. We'll get into it though. So basically, though, we're going to go through tonight. What we'll do the rest of the way is I'm going to walk through a game. I've been grinding the damn thing. I picked it up right when it came out as well, but I just didn't play a lot. In fact, I wasn't hitting straight shots, so I figured I'd take my iPad apart and pull all the copper tape out of the middle of my iPad because I figured that's got to fix everything. If I pull the copper tape out. Instead, I lost an iPad for that. And Tony, I think we got you back here. Which grind was worse for you though? Was it worse grinding the commercial? Now you might have a different opinion because of the pain that you were in.
Um, I would say, yeah. I mean, it's hard to say because I've qualified. This is the fourth year in a row that I've qualified for Worlds on the arcade side. The last 3 years before that were pretty normal. It was just kind of normal gameplay and ramp up a little bit when you were playing or the week that you were trying to qualify.
Right. I mean, for us, it was
edition,
pretty much. It's just when we put the time in, right?
yeah, but I mean, the home edition's a little bit different. The last few years, I didn't do the home edition side. I did it commercially, but the home edition is a little bit different because you're really grinding against, 6 to 8 other guys who are really wanting to qualify that week and putting in a lot of
infinite
gameplay.
play. Like there's no cost really.
Yeah, it was $1, right? So
Yeah,
essentially
exactly. That's
nothing.
like infinite.
Yeah, and so in that way, I would say mentally it was more of a grind to qualify for the arcade side. Although the week long qualifier on the mobile, I actually liked a lot. I think it was a lot of fun. But and then the style where on mobile they take your best 20 scores for the week,
Mm-hmm.
and then it creates a top 8, and then it's an elimination bracket from that. And I think that's a great way to do it. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they come up with some sort of version of that for the arcade side, maybe even especially on the home edition going forward, because it was a pretty good way to do it.
Yeah, so from what I understand, it should be. Now, somebody in my boat, right? So I grinded up from level 3 to level 29 the last day and a half, right? Maybe 2 days.
Yep.
What are my limitations? When the last qualifier was out, I tried to play a couple, and I was like, "Ooh, there's no way I'm competing with these guys. I don't have any clubs yet." I did the buy. I bought my way into it a little bit, but it didn't really help because I was still way short on everything, and I couldn't put up any big scores. Now I'm getting there that
Yeah, so
I'm almost to the top level of clubs. How much more? What more am I going to see? I'm going to jump up. Like I'll get the pyros my next thing, and I could probably buy them right now, but I've got enough silver that I'll just buy them with silver when I get the full upgrade. I'm going to see a totally different game, is what you and Kins are describing to me.
Yeah, so you're level 29 right now.
Yep.
You're about to enter the grind zone. So level 30 to 35 is kind of the worst spot to be. Where at level 29 right now, you're still competing against everybody from level 29 and down. And so in the contest, be it silver contest, gold contest, against level 29 and down. Once you flip over to level 30, now you're in the upper zone and you're competing against everyone, me included. And so the problem with that 30 to 35 zone is that you're doing so without the best equipment. Like you said, you're not to the pyros yet. You can't even get them. I mean, you could buy them, but you can't. You haven't gotten to the level high enough where you can actually buy them with silver yet. And so that's a little bit of a dead zone, and it's a spot that people have to grind through. Once you get through it, though, once you're level 35 and have the pyros, then you're on the same level as me in terms of equipment. Most games, I start with the pyros. and I wait a couple holes, depends on if I need it, and then I'll upgrade it. I'll do the 25 gold upgrade, and I'll upgrade to the Insiders. So above the Pyros is as high as you can get as a standard club set, but you can upgrade from there to the Falcons, and then from there to the Insiders. And so most of the time, I'm Insiders.
Okay, cool. And you're going to need, and like we were talking about earlier, it's just all distance after that. There's a little bit of difference in height, so
yeah,
it's just all distance. Once I have the distance, then it's really a question on whether I'm wasting gold to drive it a little further.
Yeah, and so from a upgrade perspective, in a normal contest game, a 50 gold contest where I'm spending 25 gold to upgrade to the Insiders, it's 25 gold, like I said. In a Worlds qualifier, it's 99 cents.
And so you're upgraded, and you have all the balls and stuff, right?
Money thing at that point, and then you get not only the 2 club upgrade from Pyros to Insiders, but also unlimited equipment in terms of balls. So you have unlimited maniacs and wind cutters and all of that.
Okay, perfect. Well, let's take a look at a game real quick, and then we'll see where we're at with it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. And let's see if we pull this feed up now to my iPad feed.
So while you're doing that, I'll talk a little bit. So a lot of my cousin has started playing. He likes Golden Tee. Started playing, and so he asked for advice. I was talking with Jordan Scott. I was talking with Kins. I've talked with all these guys that have started playing, and they asked, what's your advice? And my first piece of advice is this game, mobile, unlike Golden Tee Arcade, allows you to be very precise. Right? If you've got a little bit of an offset wind, like with Golden Tee Arcade, you'd have to click once right or click once left, and that's a big difference. But with Arcade, it's very graduated in terms of your aim. So if it's blowing a little bit to the right, aim a little bit to the left. And the
gotcha.
Same thing with distance.
And are you using the aim to do that, or are you practicing your pullback to have slight cuts to fight through things?
I'm always trying to hit straight shots. So
so you're a stouts guy.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a look. I'm going to go into contest right now. Now, at my point in time, you can see up top what I got 480,000 silver. I got enough gold to buy another 450,000 silver. So where would you think I should be going right now? Should I be working for gold?
So your Pyro driver upgrade is going to cost 400,000 silver.
Okay.
So and then your woods I think were 250,000 silver, and so you're still going to need another 800,000 silver or so. Or I mean, my window is covering up, so you've got 400,000 silver or so.
Yeah, 480 right? And 5,000 gold.
All right, so I would focus on the silver.
Okay.
Because the next 4 levels or 5 levels are going to be silver levels for you. After that, it's all gold. Because after that, you're buying special balls, you're buying specialties, all that's gold. Now, silver.
Now, for me, I'm going to just buy my way through it, so I always have enough. The time is worth having the right equipment is worth more than having the time.
Yep.
All right, so we'll just do an advanced one. I don't think I've played any advanced yet, so I've really just been playing campaign mode to grind up.
Yeah, and that's what I did too. Earn silver along the way, earn course knowledge along the way.
Okay, so now, recommendation here. Do I jump and boost up to Falcons? Do I need it yet? I don't know. So, with the level I'm at, I'm probably playing with people that don't have the Falcons yet.
Oh, so for sure. So stay on the screen here for a second. Regardless, I never upgrade right here. I get offered this screen every time. I never upgrade first thing. I always look at the setup. I always wait until I need it.
Okay, gotcha, because you might not need to waste it. Understood.
Well, not only that, but I might need, it might be that the Pyro 4 iron is perfect for my second shot on the first hole, but the upgraded 4, and so I always wait.
Okay.
But the first that I needed, I do
Let's
it.
start. We'll start banging through this a little bit. So now I know playing regular Golden Tee, I would be banging a shot over the house. Now, the last time I played this course, I haven't had a club that got over this wall. I mean,
All right.
I'm
So,
sure I do now.
So you on this hole, we've got two tee boxes. You're on the front tee box. There's a back tee box. If I'm playing and I've got that front tee box, I'm hitting a high tee driver with maniacs up over the top of everything.
Dead straight.
Recommend you do right now.
Yeah, go dead straight. You're saying?
Yeah, golden tee, confirm, high, maniacs, clear everything. Straight.
Okay, and I'm not going to go too long.
Nope, you're good. And so from the back box, things get a little dicier. You have to try to play through that gap in the doorway.
Gotcha.
And so I end up playing a little bit different shot with wind cutters to make sure you're near that gap. So here.
Okay, now this is something I was asking you about putting.
We got to get you to hit straight.
You aim directionally and hit straight.
Yeah. I would move a little. I would move a few clicks left here so that I could hit a straight putt. Yeah, probably about a little bit more left.
A little bit more left.
Yeah, tough to tell, but yeah, maybe a little less.
All right, we'll try.
That's good. Hit it dead straight.
I can't hit dead straight. I'm not hitting dead straight with my finger down here standing up, man. It's such a different angle than what I'm used to playing.
Yeah. I can imagine. No, if I'm not in just like the right chair with the right arm movement, like I can't. This is great first hole, Mark.
Oh yeah, agreed. But like I said, yeah, I can't. If I'm sitting in the right place with this placed up at the right angle, then I can hit my straight shots right.
Yeah.
All right, but we'll go through. Let's bang through. Okay, par 3. Now, so are you using something like a ball on this one?
So, I'm starting to play around a little bit with it. I've some of the best players are chipping at this hole. Maybe not with this pin because this is a pretty tucked pin. But I would generally at this point with that setup, I'd probably use the wind cutter. Maybe what I would do right here is I would use a wind cutter and a bronze tee, and I'd play the wind and try to hole it with a.
Okay, see now since my first hole was crappy, I'm gonna stay back off of it and just go at it and take off a little distance.
So at this point, you're just playing the wind.
Okay, so it's a basic, pretty standard stuff there. Okay, so one.
Yeah, you're.
Guess that sucks. I'd be winning this one right now if I didn't put that one off that edge on the first one. But so basically, just like Golden Tee here, we're just knocking this one up.
Yep.
Okay, so now a 10-mile-per-hour wind. How many clubs are you thinking that's going to change this?
Totally depends on what club you're hitting. So 7 wood in this case. I mean, it's gonna the 10 wind with a 7 wood is gonna take 25 yards off. So 6 wood. I'm not even sure a 6 wood's enough. I'd probably hit a 5 wood with a hit it like 95% with a grabber. That's probably what I would.
Oh, you're going to use a grabber, okay? Yeah, because grabbers are basically things that you can buy with silver are basically free for you after you're through after you're up to your clubs being done, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and they act like for Golden Tee arcade guys, they act like bite. Really, they just kind of. So I'd hit that at about 95%, pretty straight.
Oh, yeah, I did it 93. 95 would have been okay.
So here, hold on a sec.
Okay.
So here, for a chip like this, I wouldn't hit the flop wedge. I'd probably club down to like a sand wedge.
And then just take the distance off, calculate the distance that I'm losing.
Yeah, so, the sand wedge from the path is going to go 60. So you want to hit it, you're at 12 yards, so you want to hit it 20%, right?
Gotcha.
1/5. And on these chips, I tend to play with the streaks. So I'll put a little roll on it just to make sure it gets to the hole.
Understood. Okay, so you're going that in depth on stuff like this. I've just been trying to chip them in.
Well, I want to chip it in. I just want.
No, I've just been trying to chip it in without any clubs or balls or anything. I got it because as you start moving along, the balls really you're going to have them all, right?
But the streaks and the grabbers are free. Like they're free. Like they're just silver. Just use them. Once you start getting into the balls that cost gold, that's a different story. But in terms of grabbers and streaks, if you have any doubt, just use them because they're
gotcha.
Incredible.
Now, what are we thinking on this hole here? Now, before I'm guessing we have different tee boxes, right?
Well, no, but this is the expert tee box, so this is the tough one. So, what I do if you move actually I should back up a sec. The words the shot guide. See the words shot guide. That's what I use to aim.
Okay.
Right? So. The line normally, if it's straight at the hole, it normally goes right between the T and the G, or just a little bit right. But
yeah.
So I'm aiming a little bit right of where you are right now.
Okay.
And I'm high teeing the high loft driver. And I'm gonna speak a little Golden Tee Arcade here. High tee with Maniacs.
Okay.
Not Golden Tee Arcade. And I'm doing a 8.5, 1.5. So about halfway out and then halfway out.
So 8.5?
Yeah.
Like that.
My window for
I got you. Right. Between the A and the B and between the 1 and the 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And
now I use a Ranger ball coming in, right?
Well, when you end up on the path actually gives you 100% power. So ideally you end up on the path. You ended up just off the path. So here you could use a Ranger. You're still not going to quite get to the hole, I don't think. But actually aim a little bit now. Because the slope just to the left, if you aim straight at the hole, the slope to the left is going to bounce you down in the water. So at this point, you're going to aim a little bit to the right just to make sure.
Well, I've got an 11 crosswind.
Yeah, but it's not going to blow it enough. It's a driver. It's not going to blow it much.
Okay.
Keep going.
You're saying even.
Yep.
All right, so we'll go right at the hole.
Yeah. I'd go straight at it and just hit it, and it'll go right at the hole.
Okay. Now, are you using the chipper when you get to something like this?
So me, I'm a not very aggressive chipper. Like the chipper's not going to work here. It's not going to. You're too far below the hole.
Gotcha.
Point I would just do the sand wedge and try to judge my distance right with that wind, but the wind's going to blow it a lot. So yeah, you're gonna have to move it pretty far.
I'm guessing here.
Oh yeah. No, I mean at this point it's a total guess.
Yeah, but I'll get there. I mean it's just learning it.
Yeah, I mean you got to grind through the experience of learning all the shots, how much the wind's going to move it. Eventually learning arrows and how those clubs react.
Mm-hmm.
Let's use you got the 1 iron?
Yep.
All right. Let's use the 1 iron. Let's use the wind cutter.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm burning through your
So how much is the uphill going to take off on this?
A little bit. So
can I thumb this?
You're going to lose the uphill, and you're also the wind cutter has a little bit of backspin to it. Not a lot, but it's got a little check to it. And so your distance says 252, and your distance to the hole is 221. You only have a 2 headwind since you use a wind cutter. I would still go like 95%, maybe not quite, maybe like 93. But also, here's where I would say my advice of this game allows you to be precise, so be precise. You're still aimed dead at it, but you've got that 2 wind that's blowing you just a little bit left. so you might as well correct for it because you're going to try to hit a very straight shot. At, like I said, 93%, run it at the hole. And even if you go long, you can still putt it off those rocks back there.
How much is each one of the ticks? How the grid that it's on there? Is it two? Is every? How many grids are there?
I think of them as 5%, but they're more like 5.5%. So like if you're dead on that, so like if you're dead on, I can just barely see it right now. Oh yeah, you're at 93. Yeah, there you go.
Got it. And I'm not hitting straight shots too because the way I'm standing, I'm pushing my fingers straight through to the left.
Yeah, no, but I think of those grids as 5%, although they're a little bit more than 5%. Like if you were dead on that quote unquote 95%, it might say 4%, but it's pretty close.
Gotcha. Okay, so this one here, we have to be cutting this in, right? Or are we over the top with something here?
So first, I'd move it all the way to the right. I'd use a T. I'd move it to the right because you're gonna get a far better line. Yep. And then so from there, I'd probably hit a 9-wood.
Because now remember, you're using you got the upgraded clubs, but yeah, that's right for this.
Yeah. But you got a big tailwind, so aim straight at it just for the sake of argument here, and then look up, see what those trees are like up there.
Does the 9-wood clear that?
Oh yeah, you'll clear that. So I just do that with a grabber. You know that 12 wind's gonna kick it. You're probably not gonna quite get to the hole. I would guess you're gonna be 214 or so, but just do a grabber and go straight at it.
Makes sense.
260.
All right, so basically, there's going to be a lot of learning your heights and everything with this game, just like what we had to go through on the arcade.
Yeah, and just the last couple weeks when we got the 7-wood and the 9-wood, it's a whole new ball game. You're learning all new shots. I mean, 2 weeks ago I would have been cutting a 3-iron around that, but in this case, you're just taking a 9.
Now, at something like this one, we're going to cut this in with a full, right?
The drive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not getting there in 2 anyway, am I?
Well, yeah. Well, you can get there in 2.
So what do you recommend? So we're going to be using a high tee then, right?
Gold tee. Yeah, gold tee front left.
That? Or
yep.
Here?
No, that one, yep. High, and then use the whatever the super roll torpedo.
Okay.
And then so you used a golden tee arcade term, a full, right? Mm-hmm. And I think fulls, you don't think of full. I don't think of fulls quite as much on the mobile side, but
because they lose a ton of distance.
Cutting it through that gap, and then you're going to go in the fairway to the left of where you're at. So from here, it's only full cut. It's probably not quite a full cut.
Ah, shit.
Just threw it out too far.
Yeah, I did. I see. I would get used to hitting those as
Adam
fulls,
Kramer special right there. Adam Kramer specializes in that shot.
What, jamming it into that wall?
Oh, yeah. No, he always talks about that wall.
So now, can I use... There's nothing I'm getting there, so just line it up for my next shot, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so normally at this point, you're just saving equipment, right? You either DNF or you just kind of learn along the way. But for this, it's a little different.
Exactly. All right, so now this is uphill with a 12 in my face. How far we are?
Yeah,
Let's see if I come...
What's that 5-iron say?
That's going to be short, isn't it?
The 5 will be... Yeah, 5 will be short.
So we'll go 4 and think about 90%?
Yeah, a little baby cut, 90% is probably, maybe a little higher, 92%.
All right. Now, rollovers, they don't happen. I haven't seen, right?
Nope, no such thing.
That's good. So you hit the damn hole, it goes in the damn hole.
The only it's not a rollover, but occasionally you do a lot more putting from off the green on mobile,
Yeah.
and sometimes there'll be a little ridge on the break between the fringe and the rough, and sometimes you'll get a little loft and it'll clear the hole. So it's not a rollover, but that's kind of the equivalent to a rollover with a Golden Sea Mobile.
I've seen it too. I had a couple ramp shots on the volcano hole where it just took off on me.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be amazed what you can putt with the. So you use the Rangers, and then it
On a
puts
putt?
like. Yeah, so you'll be in the rough, maybe 3 or 4 yards off the green, and you use a Ranger,
Oh,
and
turns it into fairway.
comes out pretty clean. Yeah, it plays
Yeah,
like
that would
fairway.
make sense. Okay, it makes sense. Good. Okay, so here we got hole 8. The break's a
Yeah,
little
this
different than what I'm used to in regular Golden Tee, obviously. But are you playing a shot at this with like the sniper to land this?
A sniper's pretty common on this hole. With this look right here, I would be right where you are, and I'd use a grabber.
Okay, so I'm trying to make it rather than
Things
just
being
plug it.
equal, say again.
You're trying to make it then rather than just plug it next to the hole and have a putt.
It depends. I mean,
And this
the
is a full
sniper
swing,
doesn't
I'm
have
assuming, right?
to go in. The grabber has a little bit more of a chance, and I feel like the grabber's pretty safe shot. So just kind of straight, and
Okay. Now,
right.
when I'm putting from this, does it matter that the part of the putt is going over the concrete?
No, so concrete's interesting. Concrete actually plays like fairway on mobile.
Okay. All right,
And
that
it
makes
go
sense.
right through that. Even if you were
Oh,
on the
wow, yeah, it went
concrete,
right through clean.
it just plowed right through. So I mean, you'd be amazed what you can putt, how far off the green you can be on concrete and putt it.
Gotcha.
And
Okay, this is a hole I've had a question with the whole time. Every time I get here, I've laid up and taken a birdie.
yeah, I mean, this is a tough hole. This is trying to think of all the hole 18s. I think this is probably the hardest.
So, well, we're going to try to stick it here. So, if we're trying to stick it, we're going from the right side, I'm assuming.
Yep.
And I'm going to high tee it and move it here.
Well, I personally I move it to the back just to gain a little bit more angle.
Okay, gotcha, because that distance won't really matter. Are we going to high tee it too, right?
Yep. High tee. I'm going to use probably the high loft driver.
And now,
Maybe
am I going to play it with a cut and
Rebel.
throw it out directionally, or am I going to play this straight? I mean, like just a cut and straight.
I feel like with mobile, so I can see where your head's at. With arcade, it's a straight and out, right?
Yeah.
But with mobile, I feel like it's a little bit different. You gotta play a little bit more cut and throw it a little further out than you would with arcade. And so with this, and for you, I would with the Rebel clubs, I would switch to the regular driver.
Oh,
and
okay.
then I would use probably the sniper would be great.
Okay.
The super.
So
streaky.
we're saying a little right of the B, like that.
I can't. I can't see your
I'm
arrows.
about the tip of the B.
Okay, probably a little less than that.
Okay.
And then pretty
2.5, you're saying?
Maybe a little more than that.
So tip of the 3. Well, sniper might have hurt me there.
No. I don't think it hurt you.
Wouldn't that have bounced up off of that spot and kicked on?
Honestly, I don't know.
I don't either. We're going to just flop this up here and let Tony get back to his day. All right, so what do you think? How do you feel your chances are at Worlds this year? With I mean, either one. I mean, we all know commercial. It's kind of a crapshoot. You're going to have Haas and Stenmark, and then one of the rest of us are going to be in there too. You haven't played commercial in quite some time. You played a lot of mobile. You think you're feeling better about mobile or commercial?
Hard to say. So, commercial. The last 3 years, I've been in the top 10, so that's good.
Okay.
I've also never been in the top never been in the top 4. So for Worlds, and so I'm very good at mobile, or I'm very good at the commercial, but not great. Apparently, could I win it? Sure. Because once you're that consistent in terms of getting into the top 32, you've always got a shot at it. And in terms of have I played it much recently, I haven't, but I'm not too worried about that.
No, I don't think.
I've played enough.
Like
I've played enough games.
Us, right?
I'll be fine. But in terms of mobile, I feel like I'm probably a step ahead in terms of, in terms of rankings. I'm probably higher in the rankings. If there was any rankings, I'm higher in the rankings for mobile than I am for arcade. So I would give myself a better chance with mobile than with arcade at this point.
I got you. Okay, cool. Hey, Tony. Thanks for bearing through a little bit of technical with us while we started there. I'm sorry to take up so much of your time. You got some kids to go play with. We'll let you get out of here.
Right.
But thanks again. Any last notes for anybody here?
No, just crack the Silver Mountains here for shout out to Will Sandstead. I'm going to go play a little GT Mobile. Everyone stay safe, and hopefully see you soon. Awesome.
Beautiful. Appreciate everything. Appreciate you stopping by. We'll kick back over to my game feed here, and we'll see. We got the home edition events up right now. I just had started one that I was warming up, and I was waiting to get started here. Let's see. I want to get that in, but I also want to take, before I do that, I'm going to take just a short restroom break on my end here. Thanks again, and Tony Johnson. We loved having you. Always a pleasure. Let's get over to... Oh, here he goes. He's got it. And... Yeah, just pop into a wait screen for a minute around that. Hi, Adam, John, Chris. Thanks for stopping by. Kins, it's a pleasure having you too. Ian, I haven't gone through the chat much yet. I'm glad you guys are all here. A little bit hard to look down while I'm doing the Golden Tee mobile stuff with the iPad and pay attention to everything out.
Hey, you guys, this is Richard King. We had some issues with Tony's connection to us, some sync problems due to that. But stand by real quick, and we'll get a mouse back, and we'll get this figured out. It's a little different when you're getting people to connect to you from whatever he was using, probably his phone. Yeah. Stand by. We'll get Mark back, and we'll start things off.
guys, thanks for being patient. We're going to pop in. We'll knock out some of the home edition events right now. Get rid of the headset. So King's Mouse died during that. That was fun. I'm playing Stouts through this. We'll just knock this one out and then go straight into invites. So I've been playing Stouts on this. You have to. You got to. People were complaining about that being hole 1, but it's honestly been a pretty damn good look with it. But I'm going to actually get to invites, so now that I watered that. That's been sitting there too long, and I couldn't figure out what shot I wanted to hit. Mikey Chestnut, welcome, buddy. We're going to go through. We'll see what invites I picked up. I didn't realize. I was just blindly accepting. We've been working on stuff most of the day, so let's see what we got. Where's the video? Ah, thank you. So we got for this year's courses. So I think we're only going to do 1 year course today. So we're going to try to get through all of 2014. So we got Pelican, Highland, Turtle, Shady, and Greek. Let's see. I know I have a Pelican. Well, actually, maybe no one did get me a Pelican. Okay, we'll start with Highland. I didn't see one of those either. So we got Turtle, Shady, and Greek. I know I have Turtle right here. Hi, Brenda. How you doing? Turtle, no distance issues. I'll just bag this out with studs. No problems here with that. I'll play my standard set of clubs that I always play. You can take a look at those in a moment. Oh. Sorry, it's a little tough on the chat when we've got the iPad up. We're not going to do a ton of the mobile streams yet. Maybe I'll stream while I'm banging out the qualifier for Worlds or in match play then, and we'll see where we go from there. If we have one, to be perfectly honest with you, I can't imagine there won't be though. Turtle's going to be an extremely straightforward course. Not much you need to know about it. There'll be a couple of spots that you need to use some course management to put your shots so you could go over an obstacle, but we'll get to those when they come up. This hole looks a little more intimidating. It's going to carry a little longer than you think, but it's still going to be over the trees with pretty much any club you want to hit. That bowl game's different though, guys. What I ate for dinner was some sweet Italian sausage with a roasted garlic marinara sauce over some penne. No, that's not what I was doing just then. I was getting rid of the dinner, John. Hi, Michael. Yeah, we really don't have much to talk about on Turtle. How many of you guys in here have actually played the mobile and gotten hooked on it a little bit? All right. Oh, shoot. Richard, if you're back, then I'm going to go put my headset back in and see if we can I'll get that connected back up so I could hear as well. But, give me 2 seconds, guys. Richard? Hang on one second. Well, maybe not. All right. Well, I lost my mouse now too. Forget it. We're going to just connect my mouse to mine, and I'll listen to music and forget about Richard altogether. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to connect to my computer instead of the stream computer, and I'll be right with you guys. Mm. All right, and do-do-do. All right, we're back at it. Fantastic. I got some music in my ears now. I got everything back to how we normally do it. We're really trying to do some fun stuff there. Be patient with us too, because some of it's pretty challenging to match up together. Hey Aldo, how you doing?
Hey Mom, bring in some meatloaf.
All right, perfect. Yeah, the mobile and the arcade are two different things altogether. You're going to find a lot of similarities, but it is a totally different game. And from what these guys are telling me, some of the guys have been banging on a lot. I'm going to get frustrated. You're going to get frustrated, especially somebody at my level on the arcade game. It feels like I went from riding a three-wheel bike to trying to drive a unicycle again. It's a little off for me. So it's going to take some time, but I have no doubt that I'm going to get up to a level that I'd like to be. Mainly because I'm old enough that I've got enough money to use that I can buy through my way through a lot of things. Oh, jeez. Almost did. Okay, my play on this hole is always to put it between the bunker and the lava. If I'm in that bit of fairway, I've got all my shots in that I want. If I can go long, if you get that front tee box, you can go over everything, and that's even easier. But we don't need to, though. Especially when you have the 10.5 driver, it makes this second shot a little bit easier, too, because I can just pound on that over the top of most of this. I left this a little farther back than I should have, but we should be fine getting up. Thanks, Ethan. Oh, holy cow! Well, don't ever hesitate to reach out, Ethan, if you need some help getting set up with that. I'm here for you, so don't hesitate. Just hit me on Messenger, and I can help you with everything. I think I just made a mistake. I didn't mean to put this here. All right, we're gonna see if this gets over. Yeah, good. Didn't go too close. All right, another one here. You got a couple plays here. If I can go way long, past the edge of the tree line down here, I'm going to do that. It's an easy shot coming in. It may be a C3 that you hit sometimes, or maybe just a straight shot over the top, which with tees now, there's a lot more ways. You're going to go over the top quite a bit. If I cannot, my play then is to go with a high tee over these trees and get to the end of the little valley here, right? It's a clean shot coming in with a 4-wood or 3-wood. In this case, though, we're just going to pound this over the top straight. God, it's so uncomfortable too trying to stream on the mobile because I just am not confident in anything. I don't know what if I'm saying something true or not, and if people in the chat are gonna just go, "You're an idiot. You're an idiot." Well, I might very well be right now. So I'm learning as much as you guys. Pretty soon I'll have the hang of it down pat though. Ooh, almost. Kirk, I get it. It's at some points I feel the same way, but I can't actually go play for World Championships of Candy Crush, even though I'm sickly good at it. So you're gonna find that out about me. I really just want to win World Championships at anything. It might be World Championships of basket weaving. I'm in. If I was good at it, I'm in. The money means absolutely nothing. Now, it may mean something to the wife who will decide whether or not I'm allowed to go, but... Aldo, hey man, we're all in that. Whereabouts you located? So hopefully soon back at the bars, and hopefully soon you'll have a couple more shots to play with when you get there. High tea over the top of this bad boy whenever you can. I love that man, dude. I love that man, Mr. Richard King, everybody. Thank him for all the hard work that he's putting in. I just wish sometime for him that the most oddest, goofiest thing didn't go wrong. It's always something silly. But we want to just pound this one straight, get it to the fairway if we can. Be careful, the left hill, if you hit the down slope on it and you're short getting it there, it'll kick you straight into the lava. So if you're going to hit the hill, you want to hit the top first. But in this case, I've only got a 7 in my face. I'm hitting a high tee. I'm going way over it. All right, you're coming up soon. I'm sure you guys are going to be back in action soon. You guys are seeing this course is pretty easy. Thank you, Monkey House. How you doing, Mike? Now, I got good feelings about this year. I feel like I've got the support of the community behind me. I got gameplay in right now. I feel like this year's World Championships lining up to be a good one for the mouth. All right. We've only got a 7.5 in our face. Or, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm right. 7.5 in our face. The 9 would play short. I think I can hit this with no spin on it. I'm going to hit bite spin just in case, but I think if I thumb this with nothing, it was going to be perfect. And I was right. Yeah, I didn't want to go over the edge. 25-footer. Remember my numbers with the putters. If you're playing stouts, take the 10-foot number closest to you, right? That's over. So in this case, I go to my 20-foot putter, and I look at it, and with stouts, I add 3 feet to that 20-foot. So at 23 feet, I've got that 20-foot putter with it. I'm over 23 feet, so Golden Tee knows to give me the 30-foot putter. So I am putting at a 25-foot down 8 putt with a 33-foot putter, meaning it's coming off pretty hot. I'm going to have a chance of rolling this over. So in this case, I'm going to C-putt it. And that should negate the rollover with the stouts. If that was, let's say, grabbers or streaks, I'd add 4 feet to the putter. So now I'm putting I'm still having a way to... I'm checking my phone. Hang on. Oh. I'm still having to do a seat putt with it, but if I'm playing Stouts or Titans, it's now a 25-foot putt with a 34-foot putter, which is kind of crazy. So you're going to have more of a chance of rolling over, and those clubs come off even hotter. This hole here, we want to just cut it around the outside edge. It's very rare of a shot that I'm going to go over the top. This one I probably could go over the top, but I want to make sure to have backspin and have this ball check back to the left towards the hole. So I'm going to go with the 10.5 driver. I'm going to cut it just a small cut, maybe out to the tip of the B, but I'm going to throw it out more dramatically here. So my arc is going to fly out and cut back in. Then it's going to hit the green and tag straight left on it, right? So we're going to hit and have it tag straight left back when it hits. And then I could have gotten that out even if I would have cut that a little bit more. I could have snapped more at the hole. But I was also bringing the rough into play, and it might have left me an awkward chip, so I'm happy with that. So we shot a clean round on turtle, which is what you notice that wasn't very difficult, right? It was pretty much straightforward. All right, Trish shots, Lone Star's great thing. My chipping is not as good as it should be. I am actually not, and chushing, I'm all over the place on. One day I'll make 15 of them, and the next 3 days I'll hit directionally on every chush I'm trying to hit. It's kind of obnoxious. Did I get in? Okay, there we go. So we're going to go through the other two that I have invites for on this one, and then what we'll do is go back and I'll play just the 18 holes on Pelican and Highland. So we're going to go to Shady. Shady's one of the harder courses of all times. All right, and I'm playing Dylan Widener here. Haas always has the lead on this course. He's just damn good at it. I'm going to stick with Stouts. We're not going to really be worrying about any distance at all, but this course is going to really come into where you position your shot off the tee. Oh, hands, there he is. All right. I might have gotten that. I think I got that left just enough. Oh, he shorted it. No, it was perfect. Where's Al? Who gives a shit? No, I'm just kidding. We love Al. He's going to probably pop in here in like 10 minutes and go, sorry I'm late, guys. All right. This one, get it to the right, because you got the trees tucked in front of you on the top of the green. Chushing, to me, I think Chushing needs to get eliminated. It's kind of breaking the game a little bit. And the theory on the Chush, and I'll explain why I think it's breaking the game. The theory on the Chush is you're basically manipulating the trackball to only hit it straight by hitting it as forward as soft as you can. If you're hitting forward so soft, you've got a bigger area that you can miss hitting straight when you're hitting it that soft, that it never picks up a directional read at all. So and then also, when you don't pull back a shot in Golden Tee, it almost assumes that you've pulled it back a little bit. I mean, that you pulled it back straight. It has that calculation in there. That's why when you see chushes that you miss really far off directionally, that turn back towards the hole, that doesn't make any sense. And that part might need a change in the future too. My theory is that with chushing, all they'd have to do is make it so that you can't hit the ball the 35 miles per hour. You can only hit it, the ball only registers forward swing at, let's say, 60 miles per hour. It would almost negate chushing altogether. That would be it. That's the simple fix. Just make it that it has to reach 60 miles per hour before that. Another one. Simple hole if you know where to put it. Just make sure you line this up pretty much dead straight, but to the left of the first tree, and you get a shot in with a 3-wood. Last time. Right. It is. It's true. It should absolutely. It is absolutely true. And it's not. And trust me, when I say that, I don't say anybody's cheating at all. That's not it at all. But they're basically trying to use the limitations of the equipment to take a variable out of the game that's important. Oh, thanks, Ricardo. I appreciate it. Thanks for checking in. Well, let's thank Steve Sobel, president founder of the Pegget Tour. He sent that to me the other day. I'm very pleased with it. It looks good. Oh, thanks, Monkey House. Appreciate it. I'll get that up here in a second. All right, let's get this invite accepted here. Hair. I want your hair in my mouth. Mmm. All right, perfect. There we go. Another one. It's all about positioning. On this course, it's all over the place. If you look at this green, you have some trees overhanging the edge of the green. So, naturally, you don't want to have to deal with those. You could go over here. I still personally liked hitting the ball up this fairway a bit and then have like a 7-wood, 6-wood cut and land to the middle of the green and come back at it. You'll see at the angle coming in, it's really not too big of a deal. Well, thanks, Dylan. I'm guessing that because you said after 5, it didn't go well from there. Okay. You want to play your distance so that you leave your second shot the 8.5 driver in. Mainly because if you look up by the green, let's see if we can get a flyby going too. Those trees overhang, and you don't have a way to get around it unless you're really close, and you're never going to get really close on the drive. So I need to have an 8.5 that I can cut, and it stays under those trees, bounces the fairway, and then kick, or bounces the rough and kicks up. So what I found is I want to be to the right side of these bunkers, about right here. I should be about 320 in now. Perfect. Now I'm just going to cut the 8.5 driver in, and get it solid. And I overcut it. If I would have left that out a little farther, that's under the trees, bam, 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 right at the pin. So, lose one there. Now we got to make sure I don't have any trees in my way, which I don't. That's good. Anytime, Ethan. Congratulations, buddy. Happy early birthday. That's pretty cool, your parents, man. This isn't a cheap gift. You better, I'm going to tell you right now, you better bust your ass at school, Ethan. All right? And I'm going to tell you, too, if we find out you're not doing well at school, this Golden Tee community is going to get on top of you, all right? Not physically, but we're not going to accept any of your invites. We're not going to let you in any contests. You're going to just get pushed out. So keep doing well at school. All right. I go low tee here, mainly because there's a tree at the end of this on the right-hand side that with the cut I can hit. And actually, I'm not even going to hit a low. Well, it's the right shot. And yeah, keep the law mode. You're going to owe them. You're basically going to do whatever they tell you to do for a while. Come on, kick over. All right, we got it. Good. So I played the low tee, though, because it gets under one of the branches of the end. And it will also bounce higher off the hill when it's coming up. So you saw there, I made the bounce clear over that bunker. Just knock this ball straight as far as you can. If you don't ever think you can get long enough, you can play it over on the end of this fairway to have a straight line in. What, driver on driver? I'm confused. Oh, I know. Oh, for the putt. Thank you, guys. Yeah, that helps. Really nice to say. But with how delayed we are, I would have been 600 yards in the water by now. So it's great. It's great that you guys are noticing, but I wasn't ready to hit. We're good. Thank you, Chris and John. It's more fun to watch me fail, though, from what I understand. Thanks, Jonathan. Appreciate it. Keep it left. Shorten left. Better line in. Get rid of the trees in your play. If you haven't noticed, this whole course is all about just lining yourself away from trees. I mean, that is basically the sum of shady. Line up your shot so you can avoid trees. That's it. Think that way and you're good. This one, we got to just get it far out. You got to get it far up. If you're in the rough, you're in trouble. It's a hard cut in, and you don't have a straight line at it. So I want to be in the fairway. I want to get past the first bunker on the right and up as far as I can on the right-hand side. That's pretty much right where I want it. Now I can do whatever I want coming in. I blocked Florida. The first person I decided to block on this game. He did apologize to David Key, and so he'll be fine. I don't have any problems with the back end. I just some of the stuff at the end of that where it was getting me a little bit. I was about to snap. I was tired, so figure that than rather than just go ape crap on this. One of the guys in the chat named Florida last night was causing some havoc. This can be a really tough green, guys, and today it's one of those. Luckily with the stouts, I got a little less wind to play. I'm trying to think of how I want to go at this. It's a pretty, you see the shots, it's just a matter of doing it. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to come here and high tee this with bite and just kind of float it. I don't mind if I hit the hill on the right. I just can't go past the hump because then I can't get down to the pin. And if I do go past the hump, I got to try to make a chip. That's exactly what I don't want to do. I'm taking a birdie at best now. Notice I putted that right into the rough or whatever the first cut is there because that was going to turbo putt on me. I needed to have something to kill the distance. And if it sticks there, I still have a shot at getting it in. Okay. My play on this hole is always into the right side of the trees. I want to almost hit the tree and have it kick through and land in the rough. Where the pin is today, I need to be as far right as possible, so I have an 8-iron, 7-iron in. So I'm going to go here with a high tee and hit the trees. I'm on the dirt, but you get some spin from the dirt. I clipped something at the end of that? That sucks. Boom. I don't know. I think that's a storyteller's moment right there. There was a part of that too that we missed. Jordan said no one else ate the pizzas because when the pizza got there, he opened the box and spit on the whole thing, and he said it's my pizza. So it's a pretty cool story. I'm not a big fan of this shot with stouts because I want to just thumb this with bite, but I think I'm going to be short. If this is going in, I'll have a long down 10 putt. So let's try this. Let's low tee it with bite. Oof. Well, that's good. You got to keep it up. You got to keep it up, Ethan. You better. I want to get more kids playing the game with us, but I don't want to see it make you suffer on everything else. Honey Money Roll Story. No, it's not appropriate. It's really not. It's a good one though. We're Honey Money Roll. Just use your imagination, guys. Think of like a plastic sheet, a bunch of honey, and a bunch of money, and what that could do. This whole confused me for years. Not even confused me. That's probably more like it, Kirk. And he might have gotten food poisoning too, but yeah, he didn't look good. If we look at this green, when I'm looking at it, and this is just the little bit of golfer inside of me, I have to think that the green is sloped towards the creek, right? But it's really not. It's sloped downhill along the creek. So I can play this with just a cut shot and try to cut it enough that I can back it up to 10. I want to go with the one club higher than I think. So in this case, like that, the 4 wood's the perfect distance, but I'm cutting it and I don't want to hammer it. So I'm going to go up to that. I want to play the cut to fight the arc, to fight the curve in these trees. It's got a good line going at it. I'm playing stout, so we only have a 6 wind. So I'm going to move it. Sorry, I got it moved already. I moved it all the way right. If I did this again, I'd probably move it left so I could play more of a cut in. But so now I'm just going to hit bite on it instead of backspin. So we're going to cut it, try to land to the middle of the green, and then it should take up the hill a little bit and leave me a decently easy putt. And I hit it too hard. Yeah, a little hard. Now, do I rip this chip at it, or do I lag it? We don't know. We don't know what Dylan shot. We're going to try to make the chip. And we're going to take water ball after water ball now and give Dylan $20. Yep, there we go. Game over. It's just coming off a little bit off. Same spot every time. It's almost like I can't make this with this. Oh well. Good game, Dylan. Wrong, Kevin. Wrong. It's a challenging course. I should have just lagged that up and taken my birdie. Tried to make it. There's no sense in not trying to make it after that. And I'm not doing a stream to not try to make chips, you know, so we'll just do it. We're going to play Pelican now against Monkey House. Pelican is going to be one of the few courses that I switch back to Titans on. I wouldn't be using the Insider Bag, Kirk. I would be using one of the championship sets, and we'll go through which one of those that is. Where's the Pelican? Did I accept it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. All right. We'll take a look at the club set coming up here, and I'll show you guys, which ones that you could use, Kurt. My build-up bag's going to be a little different than everyone because I don't use the 5 hybrid. I'm a 5 iron guy, so I've set my bag up accordingly. The 5 hybrid is very popular among a lot of people. I'm going to use Titans on this course. It's because of one hole. Well, actually, there's like 5 holes that I like the Titans better. So what I want you to do is look at this bag, these other bags, like the 2019, 2020, those sets. All right, they're... Oh, I'm at balls. I was like, why the hell is it a deer? All right. Equipment setup, select clubs. Okay, World Champ, let's look at 18, right? 18, not as good for this year, but still pretty good. You want to find a bag with the 10.5 driver? And not just the 9.5. I'm a big proponent of the 9.5. I mean, the 8.5 and the 10.5 on almost every course. Now we have a 9.5. Okay, that's player's choice. Don't go by player's choice because if you think the top 1% have bags, well, we're the top 1%. If they're taking the player's choice, it's just an average of who has the most of what clubs. So this set to me, not in play. World Champ set here. Perfect bag to use. I would like to see this bag with the 8.5 driver, but the 2019 set's a great bag to use as well. Where is the 20? 20 players. This is a great one to use too. We want to make sure, if you're a newer player, it's probably good to have the lob wedge. I have this argument with Haas all the time. He says he'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. But my opinion is that if I have a shot that I need to use that lob wedge on, then I probably lost anyway, because that lob wedge isn't a hole-out club. It's an insurance, like, cover my ass in case I can come back from putting a ball in a really bad spot shot. So, and most bunkers you can get out of with the G-wedge. So it's a preference there. I'd rather have an extra club I can use to hole out than have a lob wedge to cover my ass in case I don't. The World Champ 2020 set, this is probably the set I'd go to if I'm playing. That's very similar to my bag. I have a 7 wood instead of a 9 wood. So I have a 7 wood instead of a 9 wood. I mean, a 7 wood instead of an 8 wood. And I think that gives me better gaps, but very similar. He uses a sand wedge instead of me, and I use a G wedge. I'd probably change to a sand wedge now if I hadn't been used to the G wedge, just because it does give you that little bit more loft over things. But I've gotten so stuck on the G wedge that it's been hard for me to change. So I'd be using that set of clubs, the Champion 2020 bag. We'll say thanks, Mark Stenmark, when we get to talk to him on Friday. All right. Going right at this. Let's see if we can get this in. Nope. Got to remember I'm on Titans now, so the little tiny wins are... I got to actually play them now. Okay, this is going to be the shot that makes or breaks this round. This hole is always drivable. And you're going to be like, what the hell is he talking about? All right. There's no gaps through the tree line to hit a shot clean at this, okay? You just don't have them. There's always trees. But if you tee it up all the way left, you hit a high tee 8.5 driver, and you hit a feathery soft, you go full, all the way full, and I hit this feathery soft just a little bit outside the left of this tree, watch, it should get through. You can end up stroke limiting it though by doing this, so... You might want to pull that up and see where the gap was that I hit and do a replay on your side. But that shot's pretty damn consistent. It hit 2 trees, kicks up, kicks on. Beautiful. That's what we want to see. Oh, come on. I hit that hill. Ah. What the hell? I don't understand how that ball stopped, but all right, I missed that second one, got the first one, so we're back on par, we'll say. I got a tree line. I got to play cut in on this a little bit. Yeah, but Jason, I don't see Monkey House like complaining about prize pools. Those guys that sit there and whine about the daily pots being down when people in our country are dying, those people are the worst. So on that one, you can go long and get past it, or you can land by the bunker right here in between those 2 clubs, so that you can actually have a line at the pin. You'll still have the trees on the left up by the green to deal with a little, so if you can go long and hit an A1, and that's a much better shot. Did you pass up Bernhardt yet? There's a lot of different shots. That green can be drivable with that same A1 that I just hit with an outwind to the right. Oh. All right. I do carry a different club on my bag for this course because the Zero Hybrid Low T will stay underneath all the trees when you have the line to go through it here. You see how there's a line at that pin? Fortunately, with the high T6 wood, we can go over the top on most of these now. So I'm going to go with the high T6. I'll cut it back in. Did I cut it enough? I did. Good. Hi, Phil. How you doing, sir? That's too bad, Jason. Now, in this bag that I'm playing, I have the 0 hybrid, and I have only a 7 with no 9 wood. So I have to deal with a pretty decent gap in clubs. Fortunately, that's the same distance gap that I had to do when I was doing that about. Oh, there were super spins in that bag, Kurt? What super spins irons were there? Because he's playing streaks, it does make a difference. If it's got the super spin irons, I didn't even notice that on the bag. It is an issue. You don't want to use it with the super spin irons on that bag. Go to the other one that I said with the 10.5 and the 9.5. I think it was players. I think it was 2019 players, and you'll be fine with that bag. The 8.5 and the to be perfectly honest with you, the 9.5 driver is the best driver in Golden Tee. Most consistent. You don't lose much distance on it when you have like off shots with it. It will travel just pretty damn far. It's just really close to the 10.5 driver, just not as high, and it doesn't cut as much. And I couldn't justify only having that little bit of difference in those two, and carrying two drivers that are too similar to me. So I started going with the 8.5 because the 8.5 driver, you can make it do things that the other two can't. And that's really the biggest difference about having those two. But you can get by with any of the drivers, and really, you'll get used to what you're really working on your iron play and your short game mostly at first. Hitting the drivers is just typically hammering the damn ball, to be honest with you. So it's not as big of a skill to hit the 8.5 or the 9.5 as it is to hit a 10.5 cut shot or cutting the ball and working irons on any of the other bags walking down. So eventually when you go to build a bag, you'll probably want to have an 8.5 and a 10.5. There are a couple courses you'll want to have a 8.5, the 9.5 and a 10.5. But that you got to get to a different level where that's going to even play into you. So go with the bag that has the 9.5 and the 10.5, and I think it was the 2019 bag. Otherwise, Stenmark's bag from last year, he's a streaks only guy for last year, and those super spin irons make a lot of sense with the streaks. I have a bag that I use with the super spin irons, but that's only for when I'm playing Castleshire and streaks. I've always had a problem on this hole. I don't like going around and not hitting the trees. The angle's tough for me, especially where this pin is today. It's short though. I can hit a high tee something or other and maybe get over, but if I clip it, it's dead and it can drop down and go in the water. So I'm actually going to hit a high tee 10.5. Even though it's way long, I'm going to play it into the trees and have it kick up. So we're going to go with the full cut on it. Throw it out just a little bit. And the 9 in the face kind of knocked that down more, but with a little outwind, that ball's right up there. Ah! Nutsack! We used to drive this hole, and I don't think I've seen it in years that I could drive this again. You'll know the setup when it's there. It's just an A1. You're over all the stuff, and it kicks out of the bunker high. Oh, did it kick you? Oh, that's what kicked you out. I thought you said your mouse died. No, I'm good. I can control this thing. Another one, key to positioning the ball. You want to stay between the bunkers in the fairway up as far as you can to the left side of the fairway. If you're to the right side, you can put yourself behind one of the trees in the fairway. Bobby, let me see. Yeah, sure, we can do it. We can do it. Let me find which course we need. I'll let you know in a second. You won't see my chat for my bot in Facebook, but I'll get you. We'll figure out which 2015 course that I need. Let's see. I have. Oh, how about no 2014? Let's do Highland Links. Would be the course that I need for the stream. That would be my next course. If you want to send it, you're good. So you want to keep it left, so you're out of the view of the trees. I'm clear now. It's an easy shot coming in. Oh, no stouts. Whoops. Almost blew that. If you could go ahead and send that, Bobby, I'm obviously talking and doing other things right now. No, do Highland Links. I don't have time to text it. I can't add phone numbers either right now because of my cracked screen, which I'm still waiting for a new screen, and it's stuck in Germany, so that's good. All right, you got a few plays here, right? Now, I have the Zero Hybrid in my bag. I can go kind of through this gap quite a bit more than you can without because there's a tree right behind it. If you look in the background of these trees, you can see it. I don't really ever play that. I'm going to pretty much always come to the direction over here. I'm going to low tee a club that's past the hole, and on this, I'm going to hit it with release and just cut it outside the edge. And we're going to can that mother. All right? That's how you play that hole, okay? That's the shot you want to play every time. You want to put that... No, it's Highland Greens. It's in 2014's courses. So just do that every time. We'll save that one. You're welcome. You're welcome, Monkey House. I appreciate your concerns. Wait, is it even Highland Greens? I think it is Highland Greens, right? Highland Links. Geez, not Greens. Links. Other type of course. Highland Links. $14 in the face. This should be good distance. Come on down. Down 10. Come on. Back to it. Nope. All right. 14 feet. I should be on the 10-foot putter with Titans, so I'm not too worried about this rolling over. If I'm at 14.9 feet, it could be giving me the 20-foot putter, and this ball might not have a chance of not rolling over. But no. And if you guys have a question about what I'm talking about with that, please, I'll elaborate more. I've gone through it quite a bit. And I started it off with it being a theory, and God, it's gone past being a theory. I don't remember the last time I rolled over a putt now. I'm going to play this out to the island, the peninsula sticking out around the sand, just so I can have a cut shot coming in with a 3-wood or a 10.5. There's another play you can get up a little bit closer and have a 5-wood over the top. Every time I've hit that lately, I'm bringing trees into play, though, and I don't like the line coming in. Plus, if I don't get close enough where I'm hitting a 5-wood, I'd have to hit like a 3 or 4-wood into a 16 wind, and I don't think it's getting over the trees. So I'm going to keep this back a little bit here. I maybe wanted to be a little bit left farther, but I'm okay with this coming in. Actually, I might even just hit the 5-wood. I don't think it's long enough, though. So we're going to go here. We're going to cut the 3-wood with bite and just bring it around the outside edge. Oh, God, I almost didn't cut that enough. So now I put myself in a position where this putt could miss and go wet. Or center cup it. Whatever works. One of those two. This is a pain in the asshole, guys. It really is. You're going to find a gap in the trees. Luckily, I switched my clubs on this to my Rhineland bag, so I have a Zero Hybrid that I'm going to hit low T, and I'm just going to hit it smooth right at it. Oh, hang on. I'll get that right away for you. If I can hit it. Let's see if it's there.
Hey, Mom! Can we get some meatloaf?
Friends. Oh, we got a couple. Accept and accept. All right, you're good. All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna go with the low zero hybrid. I'm gonna hit this really smooth through here with a little cut to fight the wind. I hit the face of the hill. That's perfect. You can't. And the joy with the zero hybrid on that is that it won't go wet ever because it's gonna skip with the low T. So now on this course, let's just take a look through my bag real quick that I'm using on this course. I'm going to use this bag on this course, Rhineland, and Winding. All right? It's the only bag that I use for, I can't see it now. So we'll just roll through. We can't roll through them either. We're on a putter. All right. That's a pretty solid round on that course. I missed hole 3. I had a hole out, and then I missed, what was it, 9 or 10? That's pretty good. Thanks, Gordy. Thanks, Monkey. Sorry about that. Let's see if we get an invite coming here. Richard, you say you're back in, but I don't see you on the screen at all. Richard, it's not your mouse. The thing's locked up. Hold on. Give me one quick second here, guys. I'll just type on the goddamn computer. My phone being broke screen. So I broke my screen, I think, during the ultimate cycle. And it wasn't throwing it that did it. When I went over and I grabbed my inversion table, I had it in my hand, and I grabbed one of the bars, and it happened to crack the edge. All right, cool. Well, I ordered a screen from a company online, and I'd install it myself. They're like $300. Well, it turns out the company I bought it from was faking being an American company, and they shipped it from Germany, and it's literally been sitting in Frankfurt, Germany for the last month. So we'll see. We'll see if I ever get this. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's not that. Hang on a second. I gotta go into something here, guys, and see if we can get this thing to kill itself. Give me one quickie here. We're just a team viewer. Oh, there it is. Let's see if we can kill it. Sorry, guys. I'll have this back up in one sec. I know you guys are up fine. I'm just trying to help Richard get back in here because we can't. Where the hell? Oh, I saw it. I saw it. Where'd it go?
Hey, Mom! Can we get some meatloaf?
Okay, that's one down. Let's see if we can get the other one out of here. Ah, there we go. Got it. Now, let me get TeamViewer back up so Richard can log in. I think he's thinking it was something somewhere else, but it was TeamViewer froze up on him. And he should be okay now. All right, sorry about that. So we're going to Highland. Did he got the? Yes, he just got it to me. So we'll get that accepted. And we'll get back to this. I think we'll get rid of TeamViewer and set up a VPN. What am I doing? I gotta accept that invite. There it is. Good. Oh, okay. Giddy up. Come on. Find me and let's go. Bobby, good luck, brother. Did I get a Jason Elliott one here, too? I did. Ooh, okay. We'll take that one, too. All right.
Hey, Mom! Go get some meatloaf!
All right, we're good. Let's see. We're looking for Highland now. Where is Highland? Oh, there it is. Now, there's something we're going to want to remember about Highland always. The rough is a little different, guys. Your chipping's going to be different. You got to come out pretty hard all the time with it. Beautiful. All right. Not drivable today. A lot of times you can get hole one to get up there quite a bit. And I'm going to actually go to Stouts here. Hey, Marty, how you doing? No, it shouldn't make a difference, Kirk. Honestly, you're getting to specialized shots, like some skip type shots that I like to hit, that the 310 driver comes into play a little bit more. But distance-wise, you're going to hit them both about the same distance. Wait a minute. Wouldn't be a problem if it was in Frankfort, Illinois. I actually grew up in Frankfort, Illinois. Who's talking Frankfort, Illinois? All right, here we go. Frankfort, Illinois. I think I fixed Richard. Who says I don't know anything? I typically do. I think Richard might have a little respect for me now. Actually, I doubt it. He probably has zero respect for me whatsoever. All right, we got only 4 wins, so we'll see if this one gets there. Mike Bentley, how's you doing, buddy? It's going well. We had a good chat today. It did get there, but a little soft. No, actually, not at all, Richard. I have more respect for you than many people that I know. And I know a lot of people. The key here is don't go in that bunker, and I think I did. Oh, good. Oh, I thought you sure IT goes both ways, and I'm trying to figure out which person at IT might. And I mean, really, I don't know. There's a few I hope, but I don't know. Did I just screw up? Oh yeah, I got lucky. See the distance off of this club though? It's losing like literally 25%, almost 33%. Oh, come on, hit it. All right. I think we're back in normal action now. I like it. You're not going to see many. The shots on the course aren't real tricky. Got to get used to some of the elevation changes on it. The biggest thing you're going to notice, right? Oh, I'm glad. All right, so Mike and I were talking today, right? And he's having an issue that I'm sure a lot of you have. You have problems thumbing to the right, right? It just doesn't seem to read, and everybody seems to think it's because something's wrong with their trackball or anything like that, right? Now, it'll happen more on a trackball that's newer or stiffer. You have a problem thumbing to the right. I'm going to say it's more user error, but it's because you don't know how the internals work, and I'm going to see if I can get a picture of a trackball up soon. I don't know if Richard has one, but let's see if we can get one up here, and I can explain this to you in a little bit. So when I see Richard throw one up, I'll go through with it right now with you, tell you guys, explain why the issue is getting it to the right. And once you see it, it'll open your eyes to why you have the problems that you do, and then you'll have to come up, oh Christ, you'll try to come up with a way to fix it. That's going to cost me 20 bucks. Do I have one on my iPad? No. But we'll wait. We'll get one up here. Maybe I'll even telestrate on the picture, but it's not something that needs telestration explaining. But I just want to see a down picture on the trackball. That's it. I don't need an actual trackball. I'll show you guys. I can show it pretty quick. All right, a lot of fun shots you could do here. Got to be careful because the cut 3-wood can clip this mountain on the front, right? So you got to stay to the right of that if you're cutting a 3-wood. Otherwise, the driver needs to be high teed over the top of a lot of this. But I'm going to actually hit a baby cut on this. So I went through the terminologies that I'm going to use here, and I'll go through it one more time. Full cuts, all the way out to choose club as far as you can go. That's a full. It's a full. You pull to the choose club, like right where you want to pull and get it almost to change the club, but get it that close to it where you're pulling it back that far. Those are fulls, okay? So that's what, when I say full pullback, you're going full. Full A. Pulling to the A all the way full. If I say flat A or flat C, I'm pulling just to the tip of the A or the C. So it's going to be straight to the point of the C or straight to the point of the A. Okay? If I say half AB or half BC, dead in the middle of A and B, dead in the middle of B and C. If I say I'm playing a baby cut to me is anything in the directional inside of the arrows of the B, but not to the halfway point. So you're looking to the tips of the B, either left or right, and pulling whatever direction I'm saying. Those are baby cuts to me. So on this, I'm going to hit a baby cut 3-wood. And when I'm hitting a baby cut, I'm baby cutting it into the wind. Now remember, I'm playing stout, so it's half that wind. But I'm baby cutting it into the wind, and I'm going to hit it solid in between the two mountains. Now, if you look at my cut, you see how my B cut was inside of the tip of the B. Perfect. That's what I wanted. I just wanted it to cut enough that I can fight the 6, and then also have the added benefit that when I have backspin on it, it's not coming back off the straight shot, so it's coming back like a left cut. It's coming back into the left 10 break of that green. Makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, somebody chime up. I'll happily get more in depth with it. But it's pretty self-explanatory there. This shot should be drivable. I don't think I'm going to get even close with this. but we're going to try. Yeah, that shot's drivable a lot. We had a bad tee box, bad back of the box. Not really there today. Let's try a chush. Oh. I did the chush right. I didn't think it was going to go in, but hey, it's right there. I feel like the chat might have froze on me, but doesn't matter. Another one here. Yeah, the deep grass ones, man. I was telling people about this in the stream, but I've missed 2 shots already too. So if we look at this, right, we've got only a 4 wind, but I want to have this ball with the ball flight coming from right to left to fight the wind and check up the slope. If I try to go directly at this, even with only a 4 wind, I'm going to hit, and then it's going to bounce right, like a right 8 now, because the 4 wind is already pushing my ball that way. It's going to make it look optically like I bounced on a right 8 or 10 break. So I need to have this one come in. I'm going to lose a little distance doing it and know that my 5 iron is going to cut probably the most of all my irons that I'm playing. Well, it's because my lowest lofted iron I'm playing. I'm thinking bite spin on this. So I want to do a baby cut, but not even much of a baby cut. So only just a little bit right of B. And then throw it out. That way I've changed the trajectory and the angle my ball flight is, and not just so I can change the way it's coming at the pin. I'm coming at the pin fighting the break, so it makes that ball get a chance to target the hole rather than have a long putt. All right, we're going to try to get this over this part right here. We should have no problem. Hey, Nick, how you doing tonight, sir? Okay, see, now, me personally, I love chipping on this course because you could just rip everything as hard as you wanted, take away the breaks of everything. Like, I could pull back my chips, and basically I just pull back farther and hit it harder. People that chush a lot would probably have a problem on this course because your chushes are going to come off. Well, Nick, I'm not playing mobile right now. I'll get to it. I'm playing the real game. I feel like the GT mobiles guys are gonna start going like, you know how you call people say bartenders are when are you gonna get a real job, right? I feel that's how GT mobile players are gonna think of when the arcade guys go, oh, we're playing the real thing right now, not the mobile game. Notice I'm in the deep rough here. Look at how short this 3-wood's coming off. I like it though. Okay, this chip is from the deep grass. Normally you'd putt this. If I putted this, it would go like 3 feet and not get there. So we're just going to hit a roll. All right, I mean, just any kind of bite spin 5 iron. Bam, bite, roll, backspin. It didn't matter. That wasn't not going in. With the pin in the middle here, you can really go either way, whichever your preference is. I typically like to bomb it up this fairway, though, because I can get a pretty short shot. And then I have a lot more green to work with. I can cut it into it with a hook. I can thumb it, which is what I'm probably going to want to do on this second shot. But I'm going to knock that up as far as I can. Oh, God, I forgot I've got stouts. All right, that's fine. I don't even mind the deep rough here, the deep grass, because now it's just coming in with a better trajectory. It does rain. All right, this is ugly. This hole can be trouble. The stouts are going to make this a lot easier, but I'm just going to hit a medium T release. I want to play just a slightly bit right. I want it to roll up and then come back down. That's it. I really don't want to get stuck at the top on the fringe because that putt is going to be bad. Hey, Brian, how you doing, bud? Yeah, I know, man. Sorry about your loss again, brother. I love you, kid. I didn't get it to the right enough on that, but I'm okay with this putt. All right, let's knock this. We want to knock this one down as far as we can. If you have the option to go long, going long is good. You can bring anything off the fairway on this, really makes the second shot hard to reach. If you have to, you can stay on the fairway just over the water. But you do have a slope back towards the water, so sometimes you can hit it on the fairway and have it bounce right in. So I'm going to actually just hit bite spin with a high tee and try to stick on the fairway over the bunker, in between all the bunkers. Right there's perfect. Yeah, get some sleep, kid. Let me know if you need anything. And you'll see I cut that one in on purpose. Now see, this is a tough one. If this was a flat, if it was straight down 9 and no left 4, I'd putt this. It would trickle off, but it's going straight down 9. I got a left 4. I'm not going to get enough speed on it then. So you still got to play that chip pretty normal. Oh, thanks, Brian. I appreciate it. I'll try harder. I'm going to bounce this down the hill, have it hit the hill once or twice and backspin. As long as I don't hit one of the rocks on the hill, this should be pretty good. Oh, wow. All right, I thought laying off of it with stouts I'd be shorter than that, but I wasn't. I'm okay with green on a fly. So I missed one on that. 26 would have been a par on it. Thank you for the invite, Bobby. I appreciate it. All right, so that gets 2014 out of the way. Anybody got any questions on any of those courses there that they saw? Oh no, wait, we still got Greek Hills to play. My bad. Let's play that right now. Do I have a Greek on here? I should. Greek's gonna be another one. You got to learn your heights of clubs and everything too. Did I see a Greek? Greek. I don't see a Greek. All right, I'll just play a Greek from contest play. Actually, I'll do it in glory play and I'll randomize tees. So in case anybody wants to jump in and play, they can. We're trying to work out something with IT right now that they allow me to open like invites that I could throw you guys a link in the chat, or you guys can accept after the fact and jump in and play the same set that I did. We're seeing if it's possible. I don't know if it is without some major programming. If it is possible, I think it would be a really cool feature. Thank you, Bobby. Oh, Nick, no. I honestly, I really didn't play this much. I didn't really play much on the home edition, even when I had it. I started straight bars. We're going golf, right? Yes. Contests. Yeah. I was just like, I was like Beethoven in the piano. He just looked at it and he could just play. I know that Mr. Chestnut was going for the Good Will Hunting play. If it's not on your list of favorite movies on all time, you can get the hell out of here. There it is. There's Greek. Here we go. Hi, Rodney. Par on this course is 26. It's a good course. It's just this couple years of really bad pars kind of just makes these year's courses suck now when we play them. We're going to play random tees. No difference here. And you can stick with stouts here. We're not looking like... Okay, you're right. I just like to drink for free. The gay bars were always great for me growing up. I will say this. That does remind me. When I'm in the Army, I was stationed in El Paso, Texas. Was my last duty station. Yeah, ho-hum, we actually already have that set up. But, so in the one, we already have that set up, all right? We do have the ability to. Maybe Richard and I will do one soon, but he's too busy producing. We'll have somebody do it soon. We just got to have the same software. Richard's smarter with it though, but we have tested it. We can do it, no problem now. We can probably do private play too between a couple people if anybody wanted to get a little bit more in-depth lessons before the bars opens up, and we could start. You could start pounding your friends when you get back home. But going back to the bar things, the straight bar, gay bar thing. So when I'm in the Army, when we'd go out big crews of people, like 20, 30 of us. And we would be, El Paso's a border town, so we would always be going across the border to Juarez. But before we went there, dude, we would go to what they called, right on our side of the border, they were called gay-friendly clubs, right? It was a lot of gay bar, it was a lot of gay action in there. But holy cow, every woman in there was all like free and easy because they didn't have expectations that they were gonna get like just try to get crushed. Like we weren't trying to crush. Like they didn't think the guys were all there trying to crush. We would come there just trying to crush. It was nice. We had some good nights. Oh, I don't want to putt this. Oh. There we go. Richard's got it set up. The real thing, though, is that the other person has to have the streaming equipment somewhat, too. Did we jar that? Did we stop that bitch in? No, we didn't. So I'm definitely not against the gay bars or gay-friendly bars at all. Nowadays I am. I have a wife, so I can just see the reaction coming home at the end of the night. She sees the credit card receipt for a place like that. Guys, we're lucky that Al can figure out how to turn on his machine. Adding a computer and some streaming equipment into the mix, I don't know, man. His head might explode. All right, this hole's a little trickier sometimes. We got a decent look today where we're on the right side of the tee box, so that's good. I don't remember. I wouldn't have high-teed this back in the day. I would have been hitting the 8.5 with bite. And in fact, I'm going to do that anyway. Just a little bit of cut, keep it around the tree, and then I can hit it pretty damn firm. Because really, all I'm doing right now... No, more like the dude she found in the trunk. And then she realized it's Dave Sandmeyer because he can't handle his liquor. Sending you photos asking for help, getting help. I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am, Richard. Help. But he's a big drinker, guys. He's a big drinker. Yeah, it would be comical, the biblical ass whooping I'd be giving him over and over again. Ah! Kirk, we'll just make sure Richard answers your email today, and we'll talk about the equipment needed. No! Damn it. I blew it. You can't be in the bunker. You just got to get that thing to turn around. Yeah, that's bad. Bad hole. Played it poorly. And I'm going to miss this chip just to add insult to injury. Nope. So we're one off a par. Hole 9's pretty easy. You just got to keep around the outside edge of the trees and play the right club coming in. I'm going to go with the 4-wood with only a 3.5 outwind. I did, Jason. You sent that a little late. No, I haven't played the 2015s at all. We were doing Golden Tee Mobile to start. But yes, we had already played Turtle, though. I'll be happy to beat you up on the stream in front of all your friends, though, if that's what you really want. All right, key here, just get it down the fairway as far as you can without going in the water. That would be... The water, like I just did, didn't I? Woo! Got lucky. I don't think I have it. I don't even know what invites I have on the 2015's ready. Let me tell you what I'm missing, Jason. I'll be happy to play one with you. All right, active. All right, I have Rocky covered. Let's see. I have Rocky covered. I have... I've got Sparkling covered. I don't think I have Desert Valley if I'm looking right now. I don't have Desert Valley. What else? What else? I don't have a Celtic either. So I need a Desert Valley and a Celtic if you're interested. Alright, this hole's got a lot of plays too. Playing Stouts takes this play out of it probably. If that wind was blowing straight out from here, I could tee this ball up here and hit a high tee C3 driver and actually get across and think about driving this green. I do sometimes. For the most part, I want to put this ball straight ahead of me, aim for those bushes. It almost always kicks out of them, and now I've got a straight thumb shot at the hole. Now, that's kind of crazy that it's behind me, and I can't see, but there's a tree I got to go over here. The 10.5 and the 3-wood should get over this. All right, I can see again. Yay me. This one you can sometimes get on too, and A1 will kind of ramp out of that bunker. I don't see it being there right now. Farther up on this box, if I was around 400 away, it's probably closer. But I'm going to actually just try to leave this back for a nice thumb 9-iron. And I got a wife here. Hang on one second, everybody.
Can you open that?
What?
Can you open it?
And then that.
Oh,
I
okay.
changed the tanks because you wanted to smoke.
Got it.
Okay, all right, we're back. Crisis averted. Well, Cam, we tried to have a $10,000 match. That's a funny story, though. Richard might be able to elaborate more on that match. It was me and David Duncan. And we had it all set up, raring to go. And at the last minute, we found out that Richard apparently wasn't trustworthy to handle the money. At the time, there was some definite animosity between me and one David Duncan. So, we had it all squared. We were all ready, all set and ready to go. That would have probably been the biggest live match we've ever had. I don't like where this is. All right. I'm pretty sure the high T3 wood will clear that first tree. So we have that as an option coming in. I don't know if I like that, though. Why don't we just go... I'm going to try to hit a full 8.5 driver smooth with bite and just really smooth. Yeah, I needed backspin. That was a rough look. Wow, I thought I canned that. Where's the... It was like literally the day, like a couple days before. There we go. Save the bogey. It was crazy though, man. Like, and like this is a guy you're talking about, a guy who has had $10,000 tabs at tournaments. The 10K wasn't even an issue, but it was just it was kind of crazy at the end. I want to be farther right on this shot, but I'm hitting a C3 in around the mountain. I should be okay with this. It's got to be the 3-wood. We're going to hit a C3 and backspin it. Yeah, and that's the problem with C3s now. That ball didn't go... Well, it did go out. That was pretty close. It was crazy, guys. I'm a loser. Oh, I am so off. It's weird how when I play these contests, like the glory ones, I just can't even focus. Like I don't even care about it because it's nothing. Like there's no pride, no money, no nothing on the line. That's why I want invites from everybody when I'm playing these. It was my mistake. Other than that, though, there hasn't been any really huge ones. You'll see a couple people sitting in a corner playing with funny money at a tournament sometimes that it's getting out of hand. We had one really good stream night of me and Fox, and I don't remember what the numbers we were playing for were. I was really. We were playing. We had a couple nights where we were doing 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. It wouldn't have been fine because I would have given the dude shit for months. That's how you finish, though. That's how you finish a crap game. I'm feeling like YouTube and everything lately. What do you mean? There's a lot of handicap backers that mess it up for the rest of them. Oh, Eric, I typically just my thing is I treat my invites like Kevin Lindsay treated Tinder before he had a girlfriend. Just yes, 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 yes. Oh, King, no, we were doing that. No, Richard, you and me. Oh, at Chicago at Gatsby's, we were playing that doubles game 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. They. And then you ended up stealing my bar tab from me at the end of the weekend because of how bad you putted. You just took it from me. I was like, all right, cool. What do I have here? Who did? Oh, we're not playing this anymore. I gotta accept an invite, right?
Hey, Mom, we get some meatloaf.
All right, I see it. And I self-deprecate. All right, so we're gonna play Jason Elliott here on. It's funny though, guys. In the long haul, it's funny because the people that are getting into those games together end up breaking even in the end, or being one person's up one game. Yeah. We also did have when we were in Wisconsin tournament. I know that Aiden Cleary played a game against somebody for 500. That guy then wanted to play me and took 4 strokes, and we played for 2K. Then we had to drop it to. We dropped it to. We made it go up to 5 strokes the next game, and he ended up beating me by a stroke. So we ended up being breaking even on it. And hang on, I want to yelp to the wife to get me a Gatorade. Give me a second. Hey, Jill, can you give me a Gatorade? There's only one left. I made up wasted. All right, so I'm playing Jason Elliott on Desert right now. We're gonna get through all these. Well, Eric, if you friend request me, I'll accept pretty much anything. We also have a group on there too that you can get in, and depending on your handicap too, Paul Dennis also runs a. It's pretty much monthly or bi-weekly, depending on how fast it goes. But we have a handicap real money tournament that we do rather than on the app. The invites will go out through the app. But we end up having. I mean, it's $20 a man. There's 16 to. Sometimes we've had 64. All right, for this course though, guys. Actually, that 8 win is probably better with my stouts. 8. Well, the 8 win should be negated. That right now, the only ball that's out driving this shot would be streaks, and I don't like playing streaks on this course, even though they're necessary sometimes. So I'm going to try to get this there with the 10.5 with stouts. Oh, and I did not hang that out at all, but I got kind of lucky. It didn't hit that branch. All right, so we got a chip for the eagle. Oh, come on. There's no way. I hate that I hook all of my chips a little bit. I would have been funny just to have the shit talking to the guy, and then also, to me, at that point in time, if he played and didn't pay, he would never show up at a tournament yet again. And I bet I could have gotten everybody at the place to throw me $20 each just to make up for the 10K I was out if he would just to not have him come around again. I mean, there is something to be said. Like, if you give somebody money, give them enough that if it's somebody you're not necessarily care about, never make it too much that you care about the money, and then also that it's a good enough amount that they stop coming around. Like, you just basically paid to never have to deal with that person again. So that's kind of cool too. Say love symbol. Turn to each other. Ooh, murdered that. I could have been like, "Hey guys, since I got rid of the guy, I think you guys all owe me some money. I'll collect now, please. I'll take a 20 from everybody." Oh, okay, Cam. We already have a pecking order. It's Stedmark and Haas, and then the rest of us. Okay. That's the pecking order. We already know it right now. Yeah, he should. It all depends on if he has God or doesn't have God. One of the two. You have a good night, Eric. Check us back out on Wednesday. Don't forget, guys, to subscribe and like. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Twitch, like there or follow. I think Twitch is. Otherwise, we're watching the word of mouth. Tonight we did a little bit of chatting with Tony Johnson, the only two platform worlds qualifier as of right now. Hint, hint. I'm coming if they do another one. And we're doing the 2014 and 2015 courses. Oh, nobody's ever gonna argue and say he is not an amazing player. It was always his stupid crap antics that drove everybody crazy. Like skipping a turn so he could see a putt right now, to skipping a turn so he could see somebody else's putt, or lubing up the trackball. It's funny because once he stopped doing that, he started playing a ton better. Oh my God, what did I just do? Nice. You're gonna bogey the easy hole in one hole. Nice par. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it. We're gonna keep putting content out, and we'll have a special guest on Wednesday and Friday. More of just an interview with a couple people, but you guys will like who we have. Wow. Bad shot again. I just lost my mind on this one, Jason. You're gonna kick my ass. I don't know. I don't know, Richard. Should you loop in that video? He did it to me the other day. Ah, there it is. We got lubed up Mike Jones in the house. That's who we got. We got the lubed up Mike Jones. He's so smooth and slickery. Yes, I did just make up a word called slickery. Yeah, Josh, he didn't use lube during that tournament. So what it was doing, it was affecting him and his opponent. He was used to it, so it was affecting him less. It was. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But we've seen this happen before, though. A few years ago, he got better, and then all of a sudden, it was just like a shit show again. Yeah, and Richard left that looped up on my monitor here the other day, and he knows it would have to just make my. He probably saw veins popping out of my neck. But amazing, guys. If you used to play 1 through 5 with that guy back in the day, you could win by 5 strokes and you'd owe him $20 because he would point 16 times. Oh, I feel. Ooh, that's because we got backlighting on right now. And I polished that shit, dude. You gotta treat this like a lady. Yeah, it's the backlighting. I might have it aimed off a little bit wrong. All right, guys, the play here, you got to get this up as close as you can to the funneling spot when you can't go long. And on this one, I can't go long over it. It's lube. It's actually because I lubed my deck, too. Oh, you guys don't have the glass tops? Oh, God, we got to get those out to you guys. Ultra. No, it doesn't mean that he would. That's just how good he is, Mike. He would, out of the 18 holes, he points 16 of them, and that's one of the payments in our money games. If you get points, it's a certain amount of dollars every time you do it. Son of, oh wow! I almost got screwed. Woo-wee. Even if you know about it, even if you knew about the ball being lubed, it's a huge disadvantage to most players. It really is. It just changes your ball strike, how you have to hit the ball. Like when a ball's really greasy for me, my thumbs go 70 when I want them to go 90. So basically, I have to take thumbing out of my bag and just hammer into the ball to get it to read correctly. It's a huge disadvantage for me. Yeah, he used to point more than anybody I've ever seen. Still does point quite a bit. You got to release. I missed one shot, so. Yeah, he was ridiculous, guys. That man used to point the shit out of everybody. What other courses are in this year? Let's see what we got. We've got... Alright, I gotta play Sparkling now. I just played Desert. Where is this? The beer refreshing. We'll try this one. I think I'm gonna start drinking more beer again, guys. I just want to... I'm going to stick with stouts. No distance holes again on this course. Might as well not play as much wind. Yeah, but if you notice, though, like, I don't know if anybody watched his play or the streams in Richmond. He was fantastic, dude. I shot lights out in the qualifier, and... Kitch, how you doing, sir? Yeah, he does put the other thumb behind it, but he one thumbs. His game is so different than everybody's, guys. It is fantastic part of the time. Oh, sweet. Yeah, we started with the mobile earlier today. You'll find that I'm not nearly as good at the mobile yet, but we'll get there. All right, there's quite a few shots here. The play you most want to do, though, is to get out to that middle island that my marker's on right now. And it can be an A1-ish type shot a lot. You got to be careful with it, not to hit one of the branches. You can also cut a ball and leave it on the fairway right here. And if you can get on that fairway, it's fine. It's perfect coming in. The rough is probably a better play most every time. We're going to just hammer the high T3 wood and try to get it there. And that works. I'm playing it safe up there. Knock it stiff. This hole can be a bear too. You're going to figure out which side you're going around. Luckily with the stouts, my wind's cut in half here. I could go either which way I want. I'd be going over the water from this side though, so I don't want to do that necessarily. All right, let's try here. And we're going to hit a full and dead straight. Gimme putt. Sorry, Kitch, I'll slow down. If you got any questions, feel free to ask, man. Myself, or there's other good players in the chat, too, that will be happy to answer anything you got. But if you got something you're curious about, I'll slow down and stop and talk about it without a doubt. So speak up as long as you can. And that's what she said, by the way. We'd like to keep this as interactive as possible here. Remember, this is the arcade game, not the mobile game. The mobile game, I'm a little bit slower and more precise because obviously the meter is a lot easier. Ho-hum, it's a lot of. It's really just understanding how the ball turns. You could probably do this in GT Mobile too. Figure out exactly what the max pulls are and forward swing, and then figure out how much you're going to turn. Well, tonight we had Tony Johnson as a live guest this evening. Same type of shots, but it definitely plays different. It plays a lot different. But the shots are very similar, but you can do things on this that you can't do in mobile. And the things in mobile I would never do in this. We're going to go high tee, 4 wood here. Distance-wise, remember, I'm using the balls that, like in mobile, would be the all-terrain balls, or the range, what are they called, Rangers? that knock it down. The mobile knocks it down to 25% of the wind. These knock it down to 50%, but it doesn't tell you anything, right? Yeah, they are amps until you power everything up. I've almost gotten to the clubs now that are the same distances. Oh, well, I've had Jeremiah, my neighbor, over a couple times. On I think Friday the 5th of June, Marty Fisher's going to be in the house with me. I think we're just going to be really drunk. I haven't seen him in a while, and I love him. And then, as soon as we get off of lockdown, Richard and I are thinking of a place. We're going to start trying to do more of more of on location streams at places, not just tournaments. But I want to get out to some of your guys' bars, talk to your vendors, see if we can spur up some interest in some local stuff with you guys. I really feel like there could be a big value to that in everybody's community. Well, there once was a guy named Monkey House, and he decided to play a game against the mouth. He got the shit beat out of him. The end. I love you, though. I love you, Mike. Your hair makes up for any losses that anybody can have. And honestly, how much hair product have you saved on? You might have been extremely rich now, Mike, for not having to use as much any product or anything during this shutdown. That saved you like thousands a month. Yeah, well, St. Louis is up there on the list. It's an easy drive for us. The problem is, and honestly, we have a lot of John. We have a lot of the equipment that Richard needs. We probably could grab it from on site from the Powercade, so that would actually be pretty easy. Chad, at Union Open today, I believe. I believe Union Open today. Oh yeah, absolutely. Wait, Mike Jones, you know Marty then, right, Mike? Yeah, and more bars should realize it's not about the money the machine brings in. It really. That Kinsler and I got really lucky when we were playing in the city. City would be more expensive than the city of Chicago, I was saying. But the bar recognized that his cut off of the Golden Tee games that we were playing meant nothing to him compared to how much booze Kins and I were drinking. So it was. I mean, he was like, I don't want my cut, and the vendor just dropped it off our price. I mean, my bar was so short-sighted that he got rid of my second machine because he thought he was losing money. But it was because for the first week of the month, I would have all gift cards from the month prior because, we were paying $5 a game. But if I played 1,000, no matter how many games I played, I'd get $250 back a game in gift cards. So I'd have 2,500 in gift cards. So my first 500 games of the month basically were costing him $1.65 or whatever the cost is a game. Like he was taking a hit from it, or no, not $1.65. It was $1.35 divided by two. So it was costing him 70 cents. So for that first week or 10 days of the month, he would be hit. His first collection that month would be negative 350. But the rest of the month he was getting half of $5 a game. So he was like, oh well, I'm losing money. And I'm like, come on, dude, stop being stupid. That's just stupid talk. You're not losing money. And he's like, nope, I'm losing money. I gotta be. All right, man. And just explaining it to him, it was just like talking to a rock. But living in Iowa, I don't really have many choices about where I play. Love you too, Mike. Get some Z's, buddy. Hey, Gats. This is a bad look. I'm going to leave myself a long putt on it. and go around the right, just because I don't want to try to barely get around that tree, and then I have a same length of putt. So I'm going to take the safer shot and have just about the same length of putt. Or I'm going to crush it and miss the green. Oh, that's okay. I'm okay with this. No, I'm not. I'm wet. God damn it. Good game, Jason. Son of a bitch. Yeah, it was. I just was flabbergasted. And of course, they took the second machine out. They had him take it out while we were in Worlds in Vegas. And and really, even if it was making him no money on the machines, once a month somebody from out of town would come in, and when I get visitors, I get really excited, so I get out of hand. So it would get out of hand. I mean, I'd be out of hand. I mean, I think the last times when King was here, we got out of hand. I think at the end of the night, I had all my clothes off and I was playing frisbee with the trays. But they made a grip off of us, so it was just really short-sighted. So now I don't nearly play as many games at the bar, and because bars aren't open, that doesn't help. But it's just like a guaranteed every night I'm there. They get 2 pitchers of beer and a good tip out of me. They get $20, and then on Fridays I'll drink hard liquor, and they'll get $100. It's just guaranteed money. I never can understand some of the short-sightedness. Whew, thank God I'm not playing you on this one. Virginia Beach does not sound like a bad idea. Guys, if you have questions on, we've been talking more about other crap, so I haven't really been going in depth on holes too much. But if you guys have questions, definitely, seriously, ask them. I want to give as much tips as we can. I want to see you guys tournament caliber players, and really, you don't even have to be very good to come to a tournament because we have a blast. I swear, some of the worst players at tournaments probably have the best time of anybody there. Exhibit A, Aljaz. Oh, it's okay. It is, Steve. Al knows his place on the stream. I order the most shots next to Richard King. Okay? He beats me out quite a bit. He gets sneaky sometimes though. What's the next one? We just played Sparkling and we played Desert. Okay. All right. So this goes. Richard, did you happen to find a trackball picture that we could put up on screen for him real quick? I'm in for KC too. I got to get down and see Uyghurs again too, Wes. If King pulls up, I can explain it without a trackball picture, so I'll show you on the next one and why it works. All right, so I got Celtic. Did anybody? I need to play Pearl, Celtic, and Rocky. I know I got a Rocky invite, so I'll do Rocky right now, and I'll explain it to you. No, it was an A putt. C putts don't work. All right. So So if you watch, if you pull full A and let the trackball spin, because of the way the trackball is designed, there is a roller here between the 1 and the a roller between the 1 and the 3. Those are the ones that determine what the X and the Y axis on everything. And then there's a roller between the B and the choose club. That's kind of what we call like a stabilizing roller on the trackball, right? 420, I'll get to that. Let me explain this thing with the trackball. So when you pull to the A, the trackball, because of the physics of how the ball is lined up, actually starts gaining momentum and turns back and pushes forward. So when I turned right on that putt and just pulled it to full A, the trackball went like this, swooped back around and went forward. So it hit forward like I hit it to the 1. Since I had a right breaking putt, turning right once and pushing it out to the 1, well, it goes in. It'll work pretty much on anything 5 foot and under. I've actually made a 75-footer doing it once, just screwing around. Yeah, well, that's just that. Honestly, for me, it's really just to make people amazed that like I'm a magician of some sort. It's like I got weird voodoo magic, but it's the physics of the trackball. That's all it is. Now, if you watch, if I pull the C though, it will never come back down on its own. It'll stay back here all the time. Because there's not enough, the friction of the ball doesn't end up gaining momentum going forward, it gets momentum going back toward the B. So everything that you pull back, if the ball stays spinning, it will always start spinning back to the left just because of the way the rollers is and where the resistance is on the ball. Hopefully that makes sense. It's just a resistance issue, that's it. Now, one of my ideas that, and it's also, that is the same reason why, and Mike, I was explaining to Mike Bentley earlier, that's the exact reason why it's harder to get the ball out to the right when you're thumbing and when you're hitting shots out to the right. It's like when you're playing a shot, if you're a thumb putter and you're playing a left 6 putt and you think you aimed it to the right spot. Okay, cool. Then when we do, if you're thumbing out to the right, you think you get it out, and you technically did aim it correctly, but it just doesn't go out right. It's because you're hitting into a spot that has no resistance. So it can actually, your thumb pressure on it is pushing it slightly off the direction, the roller that defines your directions. So your X-axis roller, it's not staying on that when you're thumbing out that way. It's why I don't thumb putt, and if you see when I putt, my hand never leaves contact on the ball because it allows me to keep pressure on it. And if I keep it pressure on it, I keep it down on that roller. Because putts don't take a hard swing to do it. They don't. You don't need to hit a putt harder to make it go farther. It's gonna go pretty far off of a smooth hit. The pressure on it is what you need to do to keep your lines right. And hopefully that's making sense. And when we get the license set up, we do have the Telestrator, but it was a trial version. We got it all set up to buy, but Richard's trying to get a better deal on it. So we're going through that. But we have that up again. We'll pull it up again when we have the Telestrator all the time, and then I can just draw constantly without having to do anything with the stream. And I think the guys who have been in here when I've ran that Telestrator, I think you guys, we saw a pretty big benefit. Jason, C3s and A1s are different now. I will say this, up until we got the 120 glitch fixed, I was able to hit an A1 or C3 at 158 every single time. No matter what. I could do it every time because it was reading off of how hard you hit it. The C3s and A1s now, there is a finesse part of it because if you hit it too hard, it's going to read 151 between the 2 and the 3 or 151 between the 1 and the 2. And it's just because the way the readings had to get changed to fix the 120 glitch. I really haven't had time to sit down with the people who understand the swing there and do the code for the swing to really explain it to them, but I bet we could get it fixed back to where A1s and C3s are exactly the same as they were before, and there's no 120 glitch. It was unintended consequences of the fix, but I think it might not get touched because I have a feeling the swing mechanic gets rebuilt in the near future here pretty quick. Remind you, these are all feelings that I have, guys. I'm not going to guarantee anything, but my feelings are normally pretty good. I just have an idea. I'm not going to say it for a fact, but I know it's true. This is downhill. This is probably going to go a little long, but... Oh, man, that didn't work out at all. That was bad. This hole, just get it up to the high point on the fairway without getting too close to the rock wall. Your goal is to have a 4-wood or 5-wood in. So I'm backing off, my 5-wood's over it. I'm just going to hit it. With the pin in the back, I'm hitting this with roll, and it should kick a bit farther. And bounce right at the hole. It's really hard to get the thing back. Yeah, I agree, Jason. The 120 glitch was, and it's so, I hate to say it, it's one of the reasons Stenmark was so good for so long, because he had found a way to not have it happen to him nearly as much. He was able to beat that. Now, once we knew what it was more, a lot more people were able to figure out ways to beat it, but it shouldn't have been there. Now, the problem is the code for the swing is literally the swing code is still the same thing from way back in the day. And when we were looking at it, I'm talking to the developer guy, and he's like, dude, there's just all these weird limiters in there and regulators that I have no idea what they do. The first thing he said, the first thing I tried right away, I thought I had it fixed, and then we went, you couldn't swing the damn ball at all. So he had to undo that whole patch. So it was pretty interesting, though, because, I mean, I was in their office on a test machine. I mean, for an hour, just hammering it as hard as I could, trying to get everything to do. We still had never figured out, though. Yeah, it's just pressure. You got to keep more of a downward motion on your putts. I will tell you this, though, Mike. You're going to play on a machine sometime where you're going to have it pop up again. The fun, like when I thumb shots, I have no risk. I think I can throw it out any direction I want. I don't think about it at all anymore. And I'm sure I did when I started, but I never had that problem. I can thumb it out to C or to 3 pretty easily. God, no. All right, let's get an ace here. We disappear. I'm gonna kill you. It's a pretty basically straightforward course. There's going to be 1 or 2 holes that I want to show you guys a couple approaches on it. Approaches that the pros use. It's so silly talking like that, but I guess it's kind of true. Good man, good man. Now, Mike, you have a home edition, or are you playing out at the bar? You said you changed your trackball out, so... Give all my... Guys, if you haven't, you're in here, please make sure, go and subscribe on YouTube, follow, or I think it's follow on Twitch, Facebook, I don't know, I guess like something somewhere. I don't know if you can do anything. You guys should all be, if you need to send a friend request to me, please do. I'm going to put up a mouth page here soon, too. I'm not very creative. I've got people like King here and Travis from IT. They come up with these graphics and things. Gotta love them for it. I wouldn't be able to do it. Mine would be like stick figures on there. That's all I got. But this is the hole, one of the first holes I want to talk about. The shot that I'm going to hit every single time on this. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I want to always put it to the right side of the fairway as far up as I can go and not be in the rough. If you're in the rough, the second shot's bad. There isn't a wind on this that if I put the ball into that spot that I can't get there in two. If I go in the rough, then a lot of the times you can't get there in two. Here, I'm there no problem. I hit that 128. I've got another 20 miles per hour I can give that swing. So that's no problem. Any wind, you're there, no problem. On this hole, you got a couple different shots. I don't play this one very often, but if I go, you can face here, and you do not high tee this, but a 5-wood, 4-wood, and 3-wood will fit in that opening between the two arches there. So if I moved it here and cut a 3-wood from on this setup, I could go through that gap up high. I never play the low tee shot underneath because you still have a chance of hitting the rock, and then it also gives you no approach angle on the green. The shot that I'm going to hit 99% of the time is from right here, a high tee, 5-wood or 4-wood. In this case, I'm going to go with the 5-wood because I'm pretty close to the left edge. And then I'm going to just give it a good A1. And if I didn't release that, that would have been pretty darn close, but not a big deal because it's downhill. That rough was fine. Yeah, you did, Mike. I remember now. Really simple hole once you look at it and figure it out. Yeah, there are going to be some winds that make it a little bit more challenging, but not too bad. I don't care where my ball is on this ever. It doesn't really matter coming in. I'm always going to have a shot in unless I put myself in the fairway, down below, right in front of the wall. Then I got a problem. Right now, no problem. Damn, that died out of that stuff. Okay, this is the other hole. Notice the rock in front of me, how it's concave. Try to put the ball so that gives you a line at the hole with this. So from here, I'm just going to hit down a club, hit it straight. I want to be on the fairway. You got to be on the fairway. And now I'm over that with up to a 3-wood. I don't want to hit a 3-wood here today because if you look, it is higher on the right-hand side. And I'm going to be going to go at this pin. I want to go over the top of that. So I'm actually going to just bury a 6-wood, and this ball will carry quite a bit on this hole. So I can play that right at the hole from anywhere. As long as you put your tee shot in the right place, you got yourself 3 clubs of options to go at it with, and you can determine which is going to be best based off of wind and what you're playing at it. 17 is just, this can be tough. If I didn't have stouts right now, that's a 15 wind. This shot would be a stat club with a 15 wind, and I'd still be worried about flying it. With stouts, I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to flip it with a low tee. All right, 17 outwind would be really challenging. Still is going to be really challenging. On almost every setup on this hole, I'm moving the tee box as far to the right as I can. I want to take out and give myself the least chance of hitting the rock wall coming up. Now, with a 17 wind, I could hit a 4-wood here, no problem. I could hit a 5-wood if I wasn't playing stouts. I'd be a little close with this, and the reason I want to do that is because I want to be able to go over this. Do I want to play a high tee with that big of an outwind and a down break that breaks towards the water? It's going to leave me a damn near impossible chip or a long putt that I don't want to have. So I really want to make sure I hit this with a club that I can barely land the green with backspin so I can keep it close to the wall. Close to the pin and up top. So I'm going to go with the 4-wood. I only have an 8.5 wind because stouts are half. Just know that in your head. It won't change it on here, but it's half. I got to play a little cut, and I don't think I can go straight at it because I think straight will hit the rock. So I got to play it outside a little bit. Since I'm doing a baby cut and hitting it outside, it's going to lose a little distance. So I got to hit this pretty damn solid. And I got a fortuitous bounce, but I mean, that wasn't going to be short. If I hit the rock first, it would have taken off the spin, and I would have trickled down to the bottom. I don't think I was ever going to be at any risk with that shot. And after hitting it, you saw how high up it was. I probably could have gone straight at the hole, which means I could have then hit a 5-wood right at it. Could have changed it up to make it a better shot, but we gave ourselves and put ourselves into an optimum position to get an eagle. All right, so we got that. I got Pearl and Celtic left to play on this year's courses. I don't think I have an invite for either of those, so I'll just go contest on them. But let's see. Yep, I don't have a Pearl or a Celtic, so we'll kick out of this. I'll just play a contest. We'll get those knocked out right away. Oh, not invites. What am I doing? It's all you got to do. Ugh. Feet are getting a little sore tonight. That's okay. Anything for everybody. We're going to do 18 just so it gives me a random tee box. I said Pearl and Celtic. Wait, did I just go by? Let's go Celtic first. Alright, here we go. Celtic's a par 28 course almost every time. Good night, Jack. Thanks for stopping by again. I can stick with stouts. If I go with a longer ball, surprisingly enough, I could get this one pretty close today with a high TA1. I'd be at risk of overcooking this and cutting it into the water. Oh, here, I'll quit this and I'll play his invite instead with Jason. Oh, I got one for both of you. Is that wax on it? See, I don't have, if you guys see, that's as far down as my screen goes. You see that I cracked the shit out of it. So it's a guess and check to try to hit the bottom of the screen. So I can't tell who I'm playing. Maybe I can. Oh, Rusky, hi, buddy. You could check in and say hi. People wouldn't mind talking to you and learn a little bit more about FS Gaming. It's Adam and Brian, and they're great at getting you guys the home editions if you want to buy one. I recommend using them fully, as well as Adam's extremely knowledgeable with all the parts and equipment. Brian, he's just pretty. He's just pretty, that's all. There's only one I'll ever play out here, and that is going to be Union Station. It's the only one I really know my equipment's right. Because I maintain it, so that's good. You'll find out that it's going to be like, it's always going to be the best maintained machine at Cedar Rapids. But pretty much anywhere I play, if I'm playing on Camden, who's my vendor out here, if I got to change places, I'll just tell him, and if need be, he'll send somebody out, or I'll call one of his reps and bring out a deck key, and I'll rip out a trackball if I have to. But the problem is that I want updated hardware inside, and I'm not doing that at every bar that I go to. Like, there's nothing worse than getting to a place that's playing with really old equipment, the game's all laggy, or it's at 720, and you got a box on it. I don't want to have to adjust everything. I want my machines all to be tournament caliber. I want them to be ready to go. And I don't mind doing the work for them to do it. Now, Mike, you said you're near Evansville, right? I thought you said you were near. Oh no, you were just saying if you go to the Evansville tourney. I don't think there's any way I can. I think I have to. Is Steve still in here, Sobel? Can I say the word? All right, you want to try to get to this other fairway. It makes this hole a lot easier, and it's almost always there, especially with the stones. But all I heard was nothing. Oh, nothing, nothing, nothing. I pretty much am always going to go around the left side of this. And this time I'm not even going to high tee it. Oh, well, Mike, Jason, don't you own a bar in Evansville? So the gentleman, I believe he owns a brewery, right, Jason? Am I on point with that? Oh, come on. Hey, Lewis, how you doing tonight? Ooh, I got sticky hands right now. I think, Jason Elliott, what's the name of your establishment in here that you and your wife, I think, you own, right? I might be wrong. I have been wrong before. It's happened once or twice. No, Evansville, Indiana. Just want to get up to the top here, guys. Get up to the top fairway. Ah, Myriad. There it is. All right. The 8.5 fits right perfectly through this. Well, good. Well, why don't you tell Mr. Mike Jones about your establishment, man? Why am I doing your advertising for you? Shit, what do you do for me? Hey, there it is. There he goes. Nice. Good job. Good job, Jason. No, god damn it. Ah, giving Elliott some free money now. I know his game. He can't shoot clean on this. Oh, he does. You're right. He sent me an invite. So I'm going to pay him and do his advertising. That's good. I can't believe I do as well on these invites as I do while doing the stream. I seem to make a lot more mistakes than I ever would. And in fact, I need to... My hands are all clammy and sticky tonight. The weather's been shit here. Yeah, I'm going to go get a quick hand wash. I'll be right back. Oh, welcome back, everybody. Yeah, I washed my hands, and I happened to see a leftover Italian sausage. I gotta eat it. You don't get skinny by not eating Italian sausages. Delicious. Shit. All right. Jason's just over here learning every shot right now. He's like, okay, I got this. He's taking notes down. You got a couple options on this one. With the wind lined up dead straight going this one, I'm just going to put it in between the 4 bunkers. I'll have like a 7 wood, 9 wood type shot in. Might be a 6 wood. I'm not doing the math right now. But I'm going to have a lofted club anyway. It won't matter. I'll have a lofted club in. All right. To me, this one always looks like it's way uphill, and it's a little uphill in the tee shot, but the green isn't it isn't an uphill green. So you don't want to go too short on this. I mean, too long on this. Now, Lewis, taking a break. I drank. I got a nice toasty thing going this morning when we were on. I'm just not getting cute with that. Playing it safe. Get the short putt. All right, cool hole. I'm a big fan of this hole. 99% of the time, I'm going to hit this shot here. If it's a wind in my face, I'll high tee this, but it's not. I'm going to just backspin it and hit it straight, right? Bounces up, stops on the hill, and look at this. Magic. It will carry a little longer than you think off of there, too, because you're up really high. Now, I didn't hit a very good ball, but I hit a good eagle. Seven wind for me. This hole's challenging, guys, because if this is a 15 wind without stouts, you're actually got to play it almost like a 20 wind, because look at how far downhill it is. You got a little bit extra leeway here because you could backspin it and it can hit the hill behind the green and stop, and it's still a putt. The question is I've never played this with stouts before. I don't know if this is going to be able to hang out enough for me. We're going to try. I just don't know how much it's going to react coming back with even the 7 wind only, and I think I played it impeccably. 18's always a challenge, though. We got a pretty good look, but look, I can't clear this mountain here, but as you go farther up, it's lower, and I can clear it there. So I'm thinking I'm going to just go high tee with the 4. I'm going to hit a full and just throw it a little bit out. And it was a 5 wood. I should have hit a 5. Stay on the green. All right, we got a putt. Let's see if we can make this. Is it a makeable putt? 96. I should be able to get it there. Oh, almost got it. All right, so Jason, you got to shoot for you. It's like a 2 better. A birdie record. I don't see that very often. And actually, what do I have? I only have Pearl Lagoon left, and I know I don't have an invite, so we'll kick out of this, and I'll just play a Pearl on there, and then we'll call it a night. 11 p.m. You guys are sticking around a bit, though. I do appreciate it. Can't wait till Wednesday. We got a really good guest for you guys then. the insights that my next two guests are going to give you guys, frankly, I think it might be the only two people in Golden Tee that will have better insights than myself. And that's not trying to brag, but they might be able to. They're the ones that can argue with me with full impunity, and I would actually agree with them. So I said Pearl, right? What's Pearl Lagoon? Where is it? Pearl Lagoon's a fun course. Now is when the years started getting better. 15, isn't it 16 on? I think the courses are better, and mainly because they look better with better graphics, but mainly because they didn't dumb down the Golden Tee pars on everything. So you could shoot, like, it's not like we didn't get any mythic, like, not wanting to shoot 30 unders on courses because somebody just didn't like his courses getting 30'd. You get challenging holes, but also get rewarded with high scores. So it's kind of cool. In that regard, I'm a big fan of the courses after this. This one does have a lot of unique shots on. I can stick with stouts here again too. The distance loss on a couple holes is not as important as the less wind. If I decided to change balls on this, I would go to Titans, but I really don't think it's going to make a difference. You got to remember, too, these things are way downhill on a couple of these early holes. Let's see if we can line this up and just thumb this right in. I push it. I pushed it a little bit. Yep, he pushed it. He's pushed it. You guys are watching the word of mouth. You've been following and subscribing on YouTube, Twitch, liking on Facebook, so that's great. I love it. Keep doing that. We're on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7:30 p.m. or thereabouts. Sometimes we'll push it a little bit later just because we're trying some new things out. And because we don't respect your guys' time whatsoever. We don't care what you're doing. We care what we're doing. The other thing is we're watching it on these channels, so please check in. Like I said, like, subscribe. Word of mouth, this was going to be 2014 and 2015. We did a Golden Tee Mobile special feature with Tony Johnson earlier tonight. Appreciate Tony's time as always, man. It's nice to hear some of the ideas on some of the shots that they're playing on mobile. Because honestly, I don't play anything like that. Hey Gator, how you doing? I did all right. We're doing fine so far. Hi Lucy. Hi. Come here. Up. Lucy. Come here. Come here. You want to say hi to everybody? Come here. Do you want to get up? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you do. You always want to get up and say hi to the world, don't you? Yeah, say hi. Oh, you used a T, Lucy. I got you. You're not going to fall. Yeah, there she is. Good job. You love the stream, don't you? You come down here just to get some camera time. Oh, buddy. Oh, look at you. Aren't you a cutie? You want to get down? Here. Ready? Yeah, quiet down, lady. Learn your place. Well, Lucy used a T here. Let's see if she put it in the right spot. Oh, Lucy, you put the T in the wrong spot. You're going to blame that lack of holeouts on her. All right, my play here is always this. Middle of the fairway, get it close to the edge, but not to where it starts trickling off. So pretty much straight ahead from here. It gives you all sorts of options. You got to stay to the right of the rock so that you can hit a 3-wood, 4-wood driver over the edge. And you got to be up far enough so that you have the cut line coming in right. So I gave myself a perfect 3-wood cut. I'm going to throw a baby B cut on it, right? So like inside of the tip of the B. And then I'm going to get it in the gap. I bit it. Probably didn't need to because I cut it a little more than I wanted, but I was close. Everything was pretty close to what I was saying there. It's funny though now that when I look at it, the shots that I'm describing, in general, I'm pretty much putting exactly what I want to do on the trackball. So I'm actually pretty impressed with that half the time that I do it. Because that's going to be everybody's. It's going to be everybody's problem as you're getting better at the game. It's you can visualize the shot you want to hit, but making the visualization happen on what you're doing with the trackball, it's going to be the problem all the time. Like until you learn that muscle memory and have it down pat, that's going to be where most of your issues are going to lie. You got a couple options here. If we can get the flyby to show us, okay, that mountain, the second mountain on the flyby. Not this first one, that second one. You can hit that with high T 3-wood. The 4-wood's over it most of the time. I still don't try to get in and try not to hit the 4-wood into it. But on this one, I need to get a good chunk of distance. So I'm going to go with the 3, but that means I have to hang it out left pretty far. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to half cut this. Not a full A, we're going to half cut it. Oh, I wanted a 3, sorry. And then throw it off. I didn't cut it enough. I needed more snap on that. But we got the green. It's a tough putt, not a gimme. Yeah, it was it didn't turbo, but I thought it would. I played the brake less on that putt, so I missed it. I suck. But there's no money on this game, so who gives a shit? Lucy, what are you doing? Do you want to go lay down? Why don't you go lay down? Can you get some loving? Yeah, okay. But you think I still got a sausage, don't you? You jerk, Lucy. Pretty much, when the pin's on the left, you can actually just put this ball to the edge of the fairway here and have a pretty good look in at it. It's a straight shot, solid driver. I typically go to the far island on the right. That is the flat island there. That'll give you a look at all the pins inside through the green. This gave me a straight win, though, and I could backspin this and maybe put it tight. What do you want, girl? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you trying to trip me? Hi. Go lay down. Here, come here, sit here. We'll go outside in a minute. Come here. Oh. Come on. Okay, get out of here then. Get lost, loser. Ah. Always want to keep, I want to keep it on the fairway pretty far back, so I got room to cut this in. I did not put this in a very good spot, though. Like, not at all. This is a bad shot. I'm going to have to try to C3. Actually, let's hit this. I just want to get it on. I put that in a really bad spot because I need to be as far right as I can on it. All right, we got it, though. Lucy, why does it look like you're getting into trouble? Are you doing bad things behind me, Lucy? What the hell is this crap? That's better. Okay. We got a really friendly look on this, right? Normally you're tucked way behind the trees on the right, and it gives you hell trying to get in. Today, though, we're going to just cut a 5-wood around this. The left tree isn't nearly in play as much as you think. You can still hit it. So I'm going to probably put about a half cut on this, throw it out at the left line of trees, and have it cut around the right. Oh, and I murdered it. Ah! Whoops. I didn't murder it. I just hit the wrong shot. That's a good drop, too. There we go. Saved it. That was a risky chip that I just hit. I probably wouldn't do that really hardly ever. But like I said, there's nothing on the line in this game, so it changes how I'm hitting my shots. Basically, bomb this one out. The farther left you can keep it is better. So on this, I'm going to hit a C3 as far as I can. There's another spot where you lay up at the top of the fairway. I hate that look. I just hate it. This way I can see my cut. I'm not worried about a height change. I'm going to undercut this one a little bit, have it hit the green, and it should turn hard right with the backspin on a driver with a cut. 17's a pretty simple par 3. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Shit. What happened to the par 3? Oh, it was uphill. My bad. All right, this is a really bad look, guys. I don't have a very good shot for this. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to hit a high. C, 2.5. I don't think this is going to work, though. This is a bad look. I could go down here, cut this, and leave myself at the bottom of the green and have a damn near tough putt. But probably, it's still hard to stick it. We're going to try to do something clever, though, so we'll try this. I played like 2 events tonight, and I put up 1-2 better. So I might get back into events, but I think I'll wait till tomorrow. Let's see if we can get this there, though. Wow. All right, I got it. It stouts, too. I didn't even think about it. That was kind of a lag chip. But that's going to do it. All right. Well, we ran through quite a bit. Guys, the extra invites that I got, I'll try to play those tonight or tomorrow. I don't want to keep you guys' money hanging out there. You'll probably get some wins out of it. Like I said, Wednesday, we're going to have a really special guest. You guys are going to love hearing from that person. Going to have a lot of tidbits for you. And when him and I get on a mic together, it could get interesting, right? As long as there's no baseball on in the background, but if there's no baseball on in the background especially, then we're good. But he's got a lot of good things to say, and you're gonna want to check in. So we'll get that going pretty early, 7:30ish right away. We're gonna try to get him on first. I'll bring it in, start it off, and bring in the guest right away, and then we'll get into